back at it, back at it, back at it again. Ha. I'm back at it again, man. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I know I've been away for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Your boy doing business. You know what I'm saying? Got to do what I got to do. But we in the building. You know what I mean? And it's draft time, baby. It's draft time, okay? And we talking that talk. I'm looking to see who the Jets is going to grab today, man. I'm looking to see who the Jets is going to grab. You know, there's a lot of talk about Armand. That's who I'd like to see. A lot of talk about Banks. Some people talking about Kevin Banks. All types of different things, man. Saying salutes and respect to everybody watching me, no matter where you're watching me from. Please give the stream a thumbs up. All right. Also subscribe if you have not already. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. All right. How's everybody's day going today? Hope everyone's having an amazing day and an amazing time. You feel me? All right. I know I am. Okay. Make sure that y'all good to go up in here. Man, oh man. It's draft time, man. This is going to be huge for the New York Jets. For real, for real. It's going to be gigantic. They got to get it right, bro. Aaron Glenn has made a lot of changes. No Aaron Rodgers, right? He's gone. We got Justin Fields in the building. Like, they better, you got to get it right. Point blank period. You got to get it right here. And this starts it all off right here. And you better pick the right dude because, boy, oh boy, are you going to be in some deep doo-doo if you don't, all right? A lot of options here. I know there's some Jets fans that want to go tight end. I'm not interested in that. I'm keeping it real. I like Tyler Warren. I think he's a really good player. I think he's a phenomenal player, all right? But, tackle is what we need. Salutes and respect to all the savages in the chat. I see you in the building. Christopher says, where you been, big dog? Off with my wife celebrating our 21st wedding anniversary, but I'm watching. I feel the Jets are going to do something crazy tonight. Talk to me. First off, salutes and respect to you, Christopher. Congratulations, okay, on 21 years, all right? That's a big deal. I'm going to give you a hand, my man, all right? Congratulations to you and your wife celebrating 21 years together. All right. Salutes and respect. And I hope you folks get many more years together. Okay. I hope you folks are together forever. All right. Yeah, I'm hoping that the Jets don't do something wildly crazy. I know there's been a lot of talk about the Jets trading up. Whew, man, I don't know. I'm hoping they don't do something real stupid. I'm hoping they don't do something really, really stupid. All right. I want to see what's going to happen, what the board is going to play out, what it's going to look like at 7 at this point, right? I'm looking at the New York Jets, and I'm saying to myself, man, Mimbu's probably going to be there. There's a chance that Warren could be there. But there is so much talk about Shedeur Sanders right now sliding down the board. Would the Jets take him if he's there at 7? Kelvin Banks Jr. is a guy that is being talked about over and over and over and over and over again by Jets media, okay? They are shoving him in your face 24 hours, all right, saying that the Jets will take him. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. I'm hoping they don't do something crazy. I'm hoping they don't do something wild. Trading up for Cam Ward is the only thing I could see the New York Jets doing that would make a lot of sense to me, especially giving up the type of capital that you're going to have to give up. But I don't know that if they'll do that either. But if they want to set something, if they feel like Cam Ward is their guy, that's the craziest thing I think I could end up seeing them do. But other than that, I don't know, dog. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Salutes. And again, everybody, please give the stream a thumbs up. We talking that talk tonight. All right. We talking that talk tonight. And there's a lot of things going on, moving and shaking around here. A lot of things moving and shaking. All right. Man, oh, man. All right. So we're going to see what happens, man. I want to see what happens with Travis Hunter, man. I want to see if the Browns end up taking him. I want to see if the Browns make it happen. You feel me? So, but, man, there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk about Tyler Warren, man, that the Jets really like Tyler Warren. It could be smoke, though. I'm going to keep it real with you. Tennessee's on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Tennessee is on the clock. All right? So, we're going to see what time it is here. All right? Man, let me get a poll going for y'all. See what's going on up in here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things going on, bruh. A lot of things happening, man. We gotta see what happens. Hold on. The fans are letting Goodell have it, as usual. As usual. Welcome to the NFL draft. Nobody can stand Roger Goodell, bro. Man, oh man. So many things happening, bro. I know there's Jets fans that want to see us take Genty, the running back. I respect him, but we do not need a running back that high. I've been talking to Jets fans that's been saying some crazy things, bro. Crazy things. Some real crazy things. Let me know if my audio's good, if y'all can hear me. You know what I'm talking about? Let me know if y'all can hear me. I'll come back to the Savages in just a second. All right. Man, oh man. We got a poll coming y'all way. You feel me? We got a poll coming y'all way. One second. Man. Yeah. Man, oh man. Just got to make it happen, bro. You know. Man. Who do you want to see the Jets draft? Let me know. DD salutes and respect to you. Good to see you in the building. Says, yo, Joe, what's up? What's going on, man? I hope everyone's enjoying themselves, man. I hope everybody is enjoying themselves and having a good time. I'm having a damn good time, okay? Life is amazing, all right? Life is amazing, okay? Could y'all see the New York Jets trading out? Could you see the Jets trading out of this pick? I want to know. All right? I want to know. Could y'all see the Jets trading out of this pick, bro? Come on now. Tennessee Titans on the clock. Come on, Tennessee. Easy peasy. No problems. Go ahead. Cam Ward. We all know that's who y'all want. We know that's what time it is. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. All right? It is what it is. Okay? Nobody's tripping. Go ahead and take Cam. Move on with your life. You feel me? Go ahead and take that man. Move on with your life. You feel me? What's done is done. Okay? What's done is done. Man, oh man. It's going to be interesting to see. I wonder where Genty goes, man. I wonder where Genty goes. I feel like it's a lot of smoke surrounding Shedeur too. I don't think there's a lot of talk about him dropping. A lot of people talking about how much they don't like Shedeur Sanders. Ever since the draft, his stock has really started to plummet. Like a lot. His stock has plummeted quite a bit. There's been a lot of people talking about how much they don't like him. They don't like he's arrogant and all these other things, man. I don't know. I don't see him as an arrogant guy. I think he's confident, which is something that you need to be a quarterback in the NFL. Bro, if you're not confident in the NFL, look at Zach Wilson, right? Zach Wilson here with the New York Jets was about as unconfident as you could get. Look what happened to him. That was part of the reason why he failed here. He didn't have confidence. You know, the media, everything eats him up. Not saying that the Jets are going to draft Shedeur Sanders. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is that if you want to succeed in the NFL, period, You need to have a level head, and you need to be confident in yourself and believe in your skills. And that's just kind of how I feel about him. He's a guy that has a lot. He has things he needs to work on, the same as Cam. But I think that Shedeur is more like probably the best pocket passer in the draft. I think he's better from the pocket than a lot of people talk about or give him credit for. He's pretty quick with his decisions. He doesn't hold on to the ball. I mean, he holds on to the ball here and there, but he's pretty decisive, right? He's got a solid arm. He don't have a rocket arm, but it's solid. He can make NFL throws. He can make throws, right? And he's accurate. He gets the ball there accurate. Man, I watched a couple of Colorado games where he was putting it in a bucket. Boop. Right there. Throwing to his wide receiver. Boop. Right there. But, man, there's been a lot of talk about Shedeur, about people not liking Shedeur. So we're going to see where he ends up, man. We're going to see where he ends up. And if he's on the board at 7, I'm wondering if the Jets will take him. I'm wondering. Man, I know that there's a lot of talk again about Kelvin Banks Jr. A lot of talk of people thinking that, he's a guy that can come in and play left tackle. But I'm looking around like, damn, we drafted Olu to play left tackle. Like, we drafted Olu to play left tackle. Like, what's going on here? So, we'll see. We could end up with Kelvin Banks Jr. I wouldn't be against it, right? I like Armand Membu, though. I like to bring him into the building. You pencil him in at right tackle, you're good to go. We have no answer at right tackle right now, as of right now, right? Morgan Moses is gone in free agency. We got this tackle from the Patriots. He's not good, okay? He's not a guy you want to start. And I don't give a crap who you have at quarterback. If you don't protect him well, you're going to have problems. You feel me? So we got to get it together, okay? I know a lot of Jets fans don't want to see the Jets go O-line again, but damn it, it's going to happen more than likely, okay? More than likely it's going to happen. Now, I will say this. I think there's an interesting situation that could be presented. What if the New York Jets are on the board and Shedeur Sanders is there? I could see the New York Jets utilizing him as ransom for a team that wants to move up and grab a quarterback. I could see that happening. And maybe they utilize Shedeur Sanders to gain some capital and move down. That's something I could see the Jets doing. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. I'll say that, right? I would not be surprised. Okay. Again, salutes and respect to everybody. Please give the stream a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you will be in the know. All right. I know I've been away for a little bit. Your boy been moving and shaking. Okay. Doing business. Life is amazing. Okay. Life is amazing. All right. I'm feeling good. I hope you feeling good too. We're going to get back to doing live shows and all that other stuff like very, very soon. Okay. I know people are going to yell at me. All right. I'm sorry, but I'm doing big business. Okay. Doing business. All right. So Will Campbell. I wanted Will Campbell at first, but I don't think he's going to get past I don't think he gets past the Jags or the Patriots. I think the Patriots end up taking him. Okay. It's looking like we might have some trades in the building. We might have some trades in the building going as well, man. We got things moving and shaking. Uh-oh. There's talk that the Browns are trading up to the number 2 overall pick. They're giving up a 4th round pick and a 6th round pick to the Jaguars. Ooh, my goodness. Ooh. They're trading. So the Browns are trading the number 2 pick to the Jags. and the Jags are trading the 5th overall pick and a 2nd round pick and a 4th round pick and their 2026 1st round pick to the Browns. What? Yo, Cam Ward off the board. Okay, Cam Ward is off the board, y'all. It's said and done. Cam Ward, first pick of the NFL draft, quarterback, all right, to the Titans. Yo, salutes to Rusty, salutes. Okay, salutes to you, Rusty. Rusty says, salutes, Joe and fellow savages. Please, Jets, trade back, please. Hopefully, we can get a haul for someone looking QB or something and freaks out. Man, I'll tell you what, the Jags have moved up again. Listen, the Browns have traded the 2nd overall pick in this draft, okay, and a 4th round pick and a 6th round pick, okay, to the Jaguars. Now, the Jaguars just gave the Browns, okay, the 5th overall pick, okay, a 2nd round pick, and a 4th round pick, and their 2026 1st round pick. Wow. Wow. To move up 3 spots? Wow. The Browns went to work. The Browns went to work, dog. The Browns went to work, y'all. Okay? Browns went to work. Browns went to work. They getting it in. They getting it in. Point blank period. They getting it in. So the Jaguars are on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. The Jaguars are on the clock. Now, this is crazy. This is crazy. Rusty says, Cam is a Titan. What a shocker. I'm saying, like, everybody knew that Cam was going to be there. But Rusty also says the Browns just lucked out. They did. The Browns got a deal right there. The Browns got a deal, especially due to the fact that, you know, they probably not really liking, you know, aren't necessarily in love with whatever is there at number 2. So Travis Hunter has been locked in to the Browns for the longest, right? Been locked into the Browns. Everybody saying, oh, Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter. I don't know, dog. I don't know about that. All right. So here we go. Man, oh, man. I'm telling you, things is moving and shaking really quickly. We're going to try to keep up with the trades and everything that's going on. Everything's just happening, bruh. Everything's just happening. All right. So, again, the Browns have traded down, and they got a haul. They got a 2026 first-round pick from the Jags in their pocket with a bunch of other picks, too. Bruh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Browns did good business right there. That was good business. Woo. That was good business. And they got a 2nd rounder this year, too. Wow. They pick up a 2nd rounder this year. They pick up an extra 4th rounder this year. And they get a 2026 first-round pick. That's a steal. That's a steal. That's a complete steal. Wow. I wonder who could they be? Well, they definitely not moving up for a QB. Who could they? Maybe they value Abdul that high? Maybe it's Abdul time? Maybe they looking to jump the Giants and grab Abdul? That could be the truth right there. That could be the truth. Maybe it's Abdul time. You feel me? Maybe it's Abdul time. Man. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm looking to see if the New York Jets can do something like that. Can they move down from 7 somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Is that something that's in the plans? Is that something that's in the plans? I'm looking around and I'm saying to myself, bruh, to me, the Browns, it's got to, they move out, Jags move up, they got to be targeting Travis Hunter. They got to be targeting Travis Hunter. We got a poll in the chat. Who do you want to see the Jets draft? All right. put up a couple names: Armand Mimbu, Tyler Warren, Kelvin Banks Jr., Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur might be there at 7, y'all. He might be there at 7, so we throwing it out there. All right. I'm gonna close the poll in a second, get a couple votes in there. All right, close the poll in a couple seconds. All right. Me, myself, and I don't vote. Okay. I don't vote, and your vote is anonymous. Okay. So don't be scared. All right. Nobody's gonna know who you voted for. All right. But me, myself, I'm hoping we get Mimbu. All right. I know that there's a lot of talk about Banks right now. A lot of talk about the Jets drafting him, that he is their guy, and many people believe that he is the best left tackle in the a guy that can play left tackle in this draft. That's a lot of talk. A lot of scouts are saying he's their number one guy. Okay, it is what it is. You know, a lot of people feel a certain way, but I like Mimbu a lot. All right, I like Mimbu a lot, and I think you pencil him in at right tackle. You put Olu at left tackle. This line is solidified. We have got to figure out this offensive line, and I know the Jets fans hate hearing that. I know that. I know they hate hearing it. I know Joe, why do you want us to draft another fat guy? I know, right? But here's the deal. The Jets were like bottom of the league running last year. That's why our offense was trash. Couldn't run the football. Our identity is supposed to be running the football. We can't run the football. So you have to get the fat guys to open up, you know, those holes to get your running back running through. And also we lack protection for our quarterback. All right. Aaron Rodgers getting smacked around. First year was jacked up because we couldn't protect him properly. Then he's getting smacked around last season. So that derailed a lot of issues, a lot of our offense too. So maybe we grab somebody in the second round, right? We grab something in the second round. Maybe we go after something else. But right now, man, I'm feeling like we're pretty much penciled in for Mimbu in my mind. But Banks, again, is a guy that is an option. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be interesting. Let me get back to the Savages in the chat, man. Let me get back to the Savages. Man, oh, man. Rusty salutes. Rusty says, been hearing rumors that the Saints really want Dart. Well, you know what? There's been a lot of talk about Jackson Dart. Rusty says, I've been hearing rumors that the Saints really want Dart. Hopefully they give us a haul for him and move down to 7. And move up to 7. Man, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. From 9 to 7 for them, if they want him that bad, there's a lot of talk about him. I wouldn't take him I wouldn't take him top 10. To me, Jackson Dart is a guy that should go in the low teens or later. But Rusty, you got a point, man, because his stock has been rising ever since that Senior Bowl. I mean, everybody is talking about him. Because I remember before that Senior Bowl, nobody was saying that he should be a guy that should go high at all. Everybody had him as like a low, maybe low first, but definitely second and down. And I mean, now there's a lot of people talking about him, you know, being taken in that you know, those teens, to some people talking about, you know, maybe in the lower, you know, top 10. So we'll see. But you know, Jackson Dart, he has some good things, but there's some questions about him too. There's a lot of questions about him. About to see what time it is. What time is it? What we doing? Jags up on the stage. We're going to see what time it is. All right. Didi says it's Hunter. Okay, we're going to see. Rusty says Jags might get Campbell. Well, they on the podium right now. We're about to see what time it is. I tell you what, adding Hunter to that offense would be good. Or to that defense, would be good. I know he wants to play like both. He's not going to – me personally, I don't think he's going to survive in the league like that. He's not. They're going to make him pick. They might use him every now and then, but he's not going to be a two-way player. All right, they took Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter off the board. Travis Hunter off the board. Off the board, goes to the Jags. They gave up capital to get him, bruh. They gave up real capital. Gave up gave up a 2026 first round pick. Okay. Gave up capital. A second rounder, a fourth rounder, a 2026 first rounder. Travis Hunter off the board. Travis Hunter's a good player. He's a good player. Giants on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Giants are on the clock. I'm not gonna say I'd be stunned, but I just, for some reason, I think they go Shedeur Sanders. We're gonna close the poll in the chat in just a second. We're gonna close the poll in the chat. All right. We're gonna close the poll in 3, 2, 1. We're closing the poll. All right, we're gonna close the poll. We're gonna get to that in a second. Dakota salutes, respect to you. All right, good to see you in the building, Savage. He says, how the Jags are a dumpster fire. How are the Jags, you said, excuse me, wow, the Jags are a dumpster fire when everyone thinks the Jets are. The Jags have, there's a lot of things going on over there. They are very lucky that team is in Jacksonville. Because if that team was in New York, baby, let me tell you something. It'd be a different day. Okay? It'd be a different day. All right? The Jets have been a clown show before. All right? We're all Jets fans. We've seen it and we know it. But let me tell you something. Some of the things that's going on over there. Some of the things I'm seeing over there in Jacksonville. Y'all better watch it. All right? Y'all better watch it. Okay? A lot of nonsense. Salute to all the Savages. All right? I put a poll in the chat. I said, who do you want to see the Jets draft? Okay, we put a couple names. Armand Mimbu, Tyler Warren, Shedeur Sanders, Kelvin Banks Jr. All right? And the top, vote grabber was Armand Mimbu. Okay? All right. All right. Followed by Tyler Warren. Okay. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked about that at all. There's a lot of Jets fans that scream Tyler Warren. They want a tight end. Okay. Some people really mad that they missed out. Okay. On a tight end. We all know who that tight end was. All right. We all know who that tight end was. Okay. Missed out on a tight end in a previous draft. All right. And a lot of Jets fans have not let that go. They ain't let it go. All right. Shedeur Sanders got 14, also got some votes as well. Got about 14% in there. But nobody wanted Banks Jr. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. Y'all, I'm not going to lie. Travis Hunter got a clean suit. I like his suit. You know what I'm saying? Nice. He's going to be a good Jag, man. That guy's going to make plays in this league. He's got the ability, but he's got to focus on one side of the ball. I'm telling you. He's definitely not going to be able to play, defense and offense every game. He's going to get worn out like that. But he going to ball. He going to ball. He going to ball. And they gave up capital to get him. So you already know how they feeling. All right. Man, oh, man. Rusty says, O-line fatties are necessary. Same with fatty defensive tackles. Yeah. Listen, the Jets got to make it happen. And I know, listen, when I talk to Jets fans, I know that is not the sexy pick. I know that. All right. I get it. I think we all get it. I think we all understand, another offensive lineman, geez Louise, right? I get it. But it's like, bro, until the Jets get it right up front, you're going to keep having these problems, bro. You're going to keep having these same problems every year with your offense. You're going to struggle to run the football. You're going to have issues, protecting your quarterback. Your offense is going to struggle. You're never going to be able to get anything going. Like, that's literally what's going to continue to happen with the Jets until they get it together up front. Until they get it together up front. It's going to keep happening. You and I both know that it's the truth. You and I both know. No lies. No lies. Your boy lineup looking clean. You feel me? Salutes and respect to my barber. All right. Salutes and respect. All right. Giants quickly took Abdul Carter. No games. No games, okay? They said, hey, we not playing around. Abdul Carter off the board, ladies and gentlemen. Shedeur Sanders still there. Patriots on the clock. Patriots are on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Patriots are on the clock, okay? The Patriots are on the clock. It's time. It's that time. Man, oh, man. Very, very interesting, bro. Very, very interesting. All right. Woo. He going to be a beast, bro. That Giants defense is, I'll tell you what, they offense stinks, but that defense is something else. I know they've lost, I forgot his name. I think it's Olajari. I think the Giants lost Olujari, which is one of their pass rushers. But Abdul Carter, bro, he going to be a monster there, bro. He is going to be a monster for them, bro. Woo. He is going to be a monster. That's a good move for them. That's a really good move for them. Good move for them. They're going to handle business. Who do y'all think the Patriots are going to grab? Let me know. Rusty says, thinking the team that plays in New England get Campbell here. Yeah, they can end up with Will Campbell. I wouldn't be shocked. I'm wondering what the Browns are going to do at 5, bro. What will the Browns do at 5? What will the Browns do at 5? What do you guys think the Patriots are going to do, man? Think they take Will? Will Campbell? Maybe they go Tyler Warren. They could use some help offensively. Get something done. I know they done made some moves this offseason, though. They done made some moves, boy. And you got Vrabel there, too. And it made quite a bit of moves offensively. So did the Steelers. Lord. The Steelers. That team has made some moves, okay? Woo, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. They went and got DK. They got Pickens. I know there was a lot of talk about them flirting with Aaron Rodgers and all these things, bruh. Baby, let me tell you. Man. Abdul Carter got these dudes be rocking them chains, bruh. Rocking them chains. Rusty Savage says Abdul Pops got a monster Adidas chain. Oh. Yeah, bruh. V-Dash salutes. Good to see you in the building, Savage. He says, good to see you in action tonight, bruh. Yeah, I've been moving and shaking. Like I said, we're going to get back to the live shows. If y'all want to do a little call-in show tonight, we could do that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to do that? I'll take some calls tonight if y'all want. But we definitely getting back to live shows. I've been moving and shaking, bro. I put out some content, but I've been doing some business, okay? Life is good, all right? Life is really good, okay? So, I apologize, y'all. I know the live show, y'all gonna yell at me. Okay, I respect it, all right? But when, please yell at me at the end of your call, all right? All right? But I already know I got it coming, okay? But, yeah, we gon' the shows, everything, moving and shaking, all right? But, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it is interesting. Interesting, bro. Interesting, okay? Patriots on the clock. Salutes, V-Dash, man. Salutes to everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves and having a good time, bro. What are y'all eating? What are y'all snacking on during the draft? Are you nervous? Are you nervous? Should I be nervous? Is it crazy? I'm not nervous at all. For some reason, I don't know. I'm not nervous about any of this. To be completely honest with you, I am not nervous at all about this draft with the New York Jets. I'm not nervous. I kind of feel like, and I don't want to say that. I don't want to say it because I feel like if I say it, something that I don't want to happen will happen. Okay. I'm just going to say that, but I just feel like the Jets have so many options that I feel like they'll make the right pick. Okay. And I know a lot of people are not everybody is in love with our front office. I've talked to some Jets fans that don't like Aaron Glenn already. They don't like him. I mean, they really don't like him. There's some Jets fans that really, me, myself, I like Aaron Glenn. I think there's some things that he could do differently or he could have done differently, but I welcome him. Okay. But I know there's some Jets fans that already are like, he rubs them the wrong way already. Now, Moogie, I want to see what's going on with Moogie. That whole stuff with Aaron Rodgers and that final meeting blowing up, him going on Pat McAfee. Oh, Lord. Ooh. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I know people were, talking about a lot of different scenarios and things, the way it could have happened or should have happened, right? But I look at it like this. What's done is done. That's in the past, okay? I know we'll probably talk about that at some point later on down the line. But, I understand why they're doing things a certain way. I'm just wondering how long can that type of stuff last? You know what I mean? Because it's easy to come in and be, the authoritarian and you're going to do this and we're going to get everything together. But if you don't win, whew, not only you're not winning, but players may not rock with you. That could be an issue. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely need a coach to step in and be like, hey, this is a disciplinary kind of guy, And I think that's going to help. And I'll come to the Savages in the chat in just a second. I think that's going to help the New York Jets because, bro, y'all saw how undisciplined the Jets were last season. Excuse me. Particularly on the field. Those penalties and a lot of the nonsense that we were seeing, bro, that was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Full-blown ridiculous. The penalties, the guys not knowing their assignments, that was terrible. So, we're going to see, man. We're going to see. Rusty salutes. Rusty says the draft is now very hard to predict. Going to be very interesting. Yep. V-Dash says, do you want to see offense or defense? I want to see offense, V. I want to see offense. I'm looking for Armand Mimbu. That's the guy I want to see the Jets draft. We'll see what happens. All right. The pick is in. Excuse me. The pick is in. It's been in for a little bit. Excuse me. Will Campbell is going to the team that plays in New England. We don't mention their names like that. Not on this program. Not on this program. We don't talk about them like that. All right. So the pick is in. Will Campbell will be playing for that team in New England. All right. The Browns are on the clock. All right. The Browns are on the clock. Look at we don't talk about them. New England, that team in New England, offensive line. They went right there. They said, hey, we fortifying this. We're not playing no games. All right. They know what's up. They got Will McDonald in their division. They saying, hey, we got to do what we got to do. You feel me? We got to do what we got to do. We're not playing no games. We're not joking. Nothing. We're going to do what we got to do. So, booyah. You feel me? So here we are, man. Here we are. Here we are. Man. Will Campbell about to protect. All right. Now we got the Browns on the clock, bruh. Browns are on the clock. Move and shake. What's going on? What's going to happen? I'm wondering who they take. They traded down. I'm still kind of, well, I'm not super shocked, but I am a little shocked that the Giants didn't take Shedeur Sanders. There was so much talk about them taking Shedeur Sanders. I'm wondering if the Browns take Genty. I'm wondering if they take him. I'm wondering who they grab, man. Come on, man. Come on now. They got to make it happen, bro. We 2 picks away. There's so many options. So many options for the Jets. I'll tell y'all what, I got a question. Who don't you want to see the Jets draft? If they're sitting there at 7, who do you not want to see the Jets draft? Who do you want the Jets to stay far away from at 7? Put it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. We're going to do the whole first round. You know what I'm saying? You're going to watch. I'm going to open up the line for calls as well. I'm telling you, things happening, man. Things happening for the Jets. Things moving and shaking. I feel like Cleveland probably is going to go O-line. I think they probably go O-line. They probably are going to go O-line, bro. They could get Jalen Walker, excuse me. They could end up with Walker, but we will see. Let me get back to the Savages. Rusty says, Campbell wearing Jets colors. LOL. V-Dash says, solidify the line for a decade. Facts. Rusty says, the Cleveland Steamers might get O-line or wide receiver here. Yeah, they could go. I could see them going wide out too. There's some options for them. I'm just shocked that they didn't take Hunter. I thought that they were for sure going to take Hunter. I thought they would make it happen. I thought that they were for sure going to take Hunter. I'll tell you what, man. If the Saints are interested in Shedeur Sanders, I don't know, man. I feel like he might slide to them, bruh. He might really slide to them, for sure. He might actually slide to them. It's going to be ready to see who the Browns take. I'm wondering if the Carolina Panthers are looking to trade out of their pick too. All right. I'm looking to see if they traded out of their pick or if they're going to trade out of their pick. Okay. Whoa, Browns take Mason Graham. Mason Graham, the defensive tackle. Okay. All right. Mason Graham, good defensive tackle. I thought that they would go somewhere else, but Mason Graham's a good player. That's another piece today. The defensive front with Garrett. The pass rusher they got, we all know Myles Garrett. That dude has been a beast for I don't know how long. So, and they just patched up their relationship this offseason. Ooh, that was wild, wasn't it? First to write a letter, can't stand you. Then I want out of here. You guys are losers. I don't want to lose no more. Then they said, hey, here's a lot of money. And he went, oh, okay, I forget all that stuff I said. So, all right. So, all right. Mason Graham to the Browns. I think it's a solid selection. He's a good player, you know. He's going to go there and do some things. I know there's some people that feel differently about him. Been a lot of talk about him, but, you know, he's going to go there and do their thing. He's going to go there and do his thing, excuse me. Rusty says, I thought Cleveland was going to get Abdul and team him up with Garrett. Yeah, I thought that was something that was a thing for them. But, Giants made sure that didn't happen. They said, oh, you done slipped up. We're going to catch you. But they traded out. So, but, I mean, that's a lot of capital, bruh. Travis Hunter, that's a lot of capital the Jags gave up. I don't know if you can give that up. I don't know if you can give that up. I really don't. Somebody says, hey, here's a second rounder, here's a second rounder, a fourth rounder, and we'll give you a first next year. I don't know if you can not take that. And there's some other edge guys now. Again, that boy Abdul Carter, he is special. But there's some other edge in there as well. I know there's been a lot of talk about Michael Williams. There's some other guys as well. Some edge around here. So there's some guys that you can grab, and they could use some of that capital. You know what I'm saying? They could use some of that capital. Come on now. Feel me? Come on now. Let's go. Let's get it. Man, oh man. Come on. I think the Raiders got their pick in. I think we up. I think the Jets are up. They're going to be up in a second. Man, oh man. Mason Graham to the Browns. I don't think it's a horrible pick at all. I really thought that they were going to end up with Hunter. And if they didn't take Hunter, I thought Abdul Carter for sure was going to be the guy that they was going to grab, for sure. But like I said, how can you not grab that capital? How do you not take that capital if it's right there? That's a lot. Man, I'm trying to see what's going on, baby. What's going on? Come on, Raiders, make the pick, do your thing, so we can get up there. We trying to make something happen. Man, could the Raiders end up taking Shedeur? That'd be interesting. I know Geno Smith is there, but he ain't going to be there forever. Right? So, very, very interesting, bro. Very interesting. Let's get it cracking. Picks in for the Raiders. We'll see what time it is. We're going to see what time it is. Come on. Make something happen. Maybe the Raiders take, I hope they don't. The Raiders took Ginty. Okay. That's a good pick. That's adding some explosion to your offense. Bro, Jets are on the clock, bruh. The Jets are on the clock right now. They took Ginty. Wow. They took Ginty. That's some explosion, but taking Ginty? They took Ginty. They said, we getting a back. You taking a back top 10. Bro, what does this say about? I guess the feeling or the sentiment surrounding Shedeur Sanders, I guess there's truth to it, clearly. Because there are a couple of QB hungry teams that passed on him already. Okay? And I don't know. I feel like the Saints ain't going to have to do nothing. They not going to have to move nowhere. unless somebody trades up that's hungry. Trades up ahead of them to Carolina. And Carolina, I know they fielding calls. I know they phone is blowing up off the hook. Jets are on the clock. All right? Jets are on the clock. And I think the pick is in. All right? Come on now. I'm going to come back to the Savages in a second. All right. We'll take a call or two as well. We're going to take some calls tonight too. All right. Once this pick is in, we're going to take some calls. I'll open up the line. I'll give y'all the number. Hold on. Hold on now. Hold on. All right. Hold on now. All right. So we're going to see what time it is here. We're going to see what time it is. Because, man, oh, man. Here we are, man. We got a lot of options here. Please make the right decision, bruh. Please make the right decision. Please make the right decision, bro. Okay? Please make the right decision. That's all I'm asking. Make the right decision here. Okay? All right? Jets are on the clock. I think our pick is in. All right? They talking about a lot of things, but they not talking about who the Jets have taken. Okay? Rusty says Graham is Michigan trash. Whoa. All right. He says Mason Graham, dude, is a bust 100%. Watch. Whoa. V Dash says it's going to be the right tackle for us. Okay. All right. Let's see what time it is. All right. Rusty says we're up now. Wow, Genty. Yeah, I was shocked too. I'm a little stunned. The Jets also hadn't traded back. We up. What a spot, man. What a spot for Genty. Bro, that's crazy. Oh, man. We got to get it moving and shaking. Mike Dude salutes. Good to see you in the building. Mike says, what you feeling right now? Man, listen, I need a right tackle. Okay? I need Armand Membu. The pick is in. Okay? The pick is in. All right, the pick's in. We're going to see what it is. We're going to see what time it is. All right, we're going to see what time it is. Come on now. Who are the Jets selecting? Okay? Who are they selecting? It's about that time. We got to get it cracking. I need them to make the smart pick. Okay? Make the smart pick. Do the right thing. Okay? Do the right thing. All right? Don't do something crazy. Don't do something boneheaded. Okay? And again, I'll take some calls. We're going to talk tonight. Please don't curse. Okay? Don't curse when you call into my show. Don't do that. All right? That's the only thing I don't allow. You want to yell, you want to scream, you want to be upset, I'm here to listen. Hopefully, no one's upset because I know that the Jets are going to make the right pick. Okay? I know they're going to do the right thing. All right? I'm waiting to see what the Jets are or who the Jets have selected. We're all waiting to see what's going on. All right? Waiting to see what's happening. Let's get it. The pick is in. We're all waiting. Okay? I'm just waiting. I'm chilling. Okay? I'm hoping that it is Armand Membu. That's what I'm hoping. Okay? Banks Jr., I would be okay with that too. Okay? I would be okay with that. Tyler Warren, I think he's a good player. I think he's nice, right? I wouldn't be stunned if it was him, but do we really need a tight end that bad over offensive line help? We have, Jeremy Ruckert, who finally is going to get his chance to show us what time it is with him. He was a really good tight end coming out too, and never really has gotten a true chance. Not many targets within these offenses that we run in here. So, do we really need tight end that bad? No, I don't think so. But he's a good player. All right. And I know the Bowers boys, they bring him up every second of the week. Okay. But listen, if we don't protect our quarterback, if we don't find a way to get somebody in here to help open up holes so we can run the football effectively, the Jets are going to fail. Okay. Offensively. All right. So, to me, I think the New York Jets should take a tackle. All right? Now, I'll tell you what would shock me. Well, it wouldn't shock me, but it would, set me back a little bit is if the Jets took Shedeur Sanders. that would be like, whoa, like, okay. There's been a lot of talk about him, and his stock is dropping. And I remember at one point there was a lot of smoke surrounding him. All right. I will be a little taken back if the Jets did select him. But I tell you what, I think the Jets go O-line. That's what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to go O-line here. All right. That's me personally. All right. We're going to see what time it is. All right. Just do the smart thing. That's all we asking. Just do the smart thing. Okay. Ain't got to get, super fancy. Ain't got to do nothing super crazy. All right. We got Justin Fields in the building. All right. Garrett Wilson coming back. Alan Lazard has worked his deal out. I'm stunned that he wasn't cut. I'm shocked that he's still on the Jets roster. They even allowed him to seek a trade. Nobody wanted him. The pick's in. We about to see what time it is. Okay. Boom! It's that boy Armand Membou. That's what I'm talking about. You feel me? Hey, do you feel me? Hey, listen. We taking calls. If you want to call in, call in. You feel me? Let me give y'all the hold on, let me give y'all the number. Let me give y'all the number to call in. You feel me? Let me give y'all the number to call in. Okay? Okay, let me give y'all the number to call in and talk to your boy about Armand Membou, the New York, the new New York Jets tackle. Okay? Let's talk about that. Okay? Do you want to talk about it? All right. Numbers in the chat. It's also on the screen. You feel me? It's also on the screen. If you want to talk, you know where I'm at with it. Hey, you know where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? It feels good. It feels good to know, okay, that the New York Jets have logical leadership here, okay? Logical leadership, okay? Armand Membou in the building, easy peasy, right? You ain't got to reinvent the wheel, dog. You ain't got to reinvent the wheel. Yeah. Salute. Rusty, is this you?
Salutes, Joe.
Salutes,
fellow savages.
Salutes. Okay, look, we're taking calls tonight. We're talking that talk. We're going to continue to follow the draft, okay, for y'all watching me wherever you're watching me from, okay? Salutes and respect to y'all, okay? Let me get into the show. Listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen, okay? Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on the Long Beach Joe Show, okay? I'm also on YouTube where I'm live, okay? Going over to YouTube, Long Beach Joe Jets, okay? On YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. Check out what I got going on. Getting those comments, let me know, okay? Podcast as well, okay? Long Beach Joe Jets, go ahead over there. Check that out, okay? Long Beach Joe Show. Get involved with everything I'm doing, okay? Now we're sitting here live. Salutes with the Savages, okay? I call my chat the Savages. You already know why, because you're savage, okay? So we know what time it is here. We're sitting here watching NFL draft together, having a great time. We're seeing a lot of things moving and shaking, right? We saw the Jags make a trade with the Browns. Jags moved up to Travis Hunter. And now we're sitting here, and I'm speaking with multiple Savages in the chat. And they're saying, Joe, who do you want? Who do you want to take? And I told everybody, listen, Armand Membou. All right? It's simple. We ain't got to do no rocket science, dog. It's very, very simple, okay? Other people wanted other players. I respect that. Tyler Warren was talked about, okay? A lot of Jets fans wanted him. I respect that, okay? But ultimately, the New York Jets got on the clock, made it happen. Armand Membou is now a New York Jet. You can pencil him in at right tackle. Olu at left, him at right. I'm feeling good about this selection here. Aaron Glenn, Darren Moogley in their first draft. And now we got Rusty on the line. All right. For those of you that do not know Rusty, he is a savage. He's a damn savage, man. Rusty salutes. Thank you for calling in, Rusty. Listen, we're talking that talk, man. Armand Membu, now a New York Jet here. What are your thoughts?
If it was anybody to get, I wanted to trade down, but I'm glad that we got a fatty, and I wanted to get Membu as well, and I'm glad for 2 years in a row we got the Bowers boys losing and the Warren Warriors losing. It's good. I'm happy about that. I got a bucket of tears that I don't care about. It's awesome.
Okay, so
we need those fatties, man.
Yeah,
it's true. It's how you win in those trenches.
Yeah, and that was one of the things. That was the reason. Look, I know that there's a lot of Jets fans, and me and you, we talk quite a bit, and everyone in the chat, everybody, and I know that Armand isn't the sexy pick that everybody, most Jets fans want. They want, they want gas, they want this, but what a lot of people don't understand, and you touched on it a little bit, is, hey, you don't get that gas in your offense if you don't protect your quarterback. Everybody wants to see the Jets quarterbacks throw for 300, 350 a game. Let's go crazy. Let's just launch the football all around. Well, he has to be upright to do that, okay? We saw the Jets struggle, with Aaron Rodgers, keeping him upright. The first year was literally torn apart because we couldn't protect him. Then the second year, man, he was getting destroyed, smacked around all over the place, and we know that he was dealing with a knee injury at certain parts of the year because he was getting smacked around. I remember that game against the Vikings when he tore it up. So now we're sitting here, right? We add another guy to this line in Membu that I think is really going to help the New York Jets and really give us what we need. Not only protecting the quarterback, right? But also helping open up holes in the running game. And that's what I want to hear you kind of touch on here, Rusty, because the Jets running game last season was trash. It was really bad. We were near like the bottom of the league. And with this pick, I think the New York Jets, put themselves in a position to really be a much better running team. What are your thoughts on that, Rusty?
Yeah, no, you're speaking facts. And what they had the stat come up on the TV too, to where when Membo when he was playing, the running backs were getting like 4.3, 4.9 yards per carry. When he wasn't on the field, they were getting like, 1.5 to 2.1 yards. So, and he's mean, and that's what we need, like he's fast. He was the second fastest old lineman. So he's going to finish you, and that's what we need, It's about time because it's just time. It's insane. Even though we were bad when I was growing up, we always had an offensive line, and now it's just like Swiss cheese. Can't keep people healthy. The next thing we have to draft is a field. Not Boston fields, but an actual field, like a real field, so people don't get injured. So, and oh wow, Tech Terra, he went to Arizona. But it's crazy. I mean, he went to I don't want to ruin it. He's from Arizona. I'll just say. My bad.
No, it's okay.
No.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No. I'm happy that we got him.
Yeah.
If there was going to be an old lineman, I'm glad that we got him.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried about Campbell either.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll dust that guy.
So
I'm just glad that Abdul Carter didn't go to New England. I was happy about that. Thank God.
Yeah. And I'm going to talk a little bit, around the draft with you as well. Again, we're live here watching the draft together. Salutes to all the savages. Again, put your thoughts in the chat. I'm going to come to y'all as well. I know y'all in there talking. Salutes Ron P. Salutes to everybody. Empire, I see y'all in the building. McMillan ends up from, wide receiver from Arizona, ends up going to Carolina. I thought that Carolina would trade out of that. Man, I'll tell you what, Rusty. There was a trade earlier in this draft where the Jags moved up to grab Travis Hunter. Man, they gave up some capital, okay? They gave up quite a bit. They gave up a 2026 first rounder. They gave up a second round pick. They gave up a fourth round pick from this year's draft to the Browns. What are your thoughts about that move? And do you think it was a right move for them, all to grab Travis Hunter?
Well, not for the Jaguars because they need some serious O-line help. And whoever mentioned in the chat earlier is saying that, like they try and call us the laughing stock. Mm-hmm. If you threw us down in Duval and threw Duval up here, I guarantee you they'd be the clowns of the town because Yeah. Imagine, getting the number one second coming of Christ quarterback, and
Hmm.
he's not doing his luck thing, or he's not like Jaden Smith or any of them.
Hmm.
And you go and select a wide receiver slash cornerback that's going to be burnt out. I think he's going to be burnt out in like 5 years. He basically had two college careers. He
Mm.
was always on the field. I mean, your body can only take so much, and now you're going to an NFL level. Now all
Hmm.
of a sudden, all that stuff's going to come back. The kid's a sick talent and he's
Hmm.
smart, but your body can only take so much.
Mm. Okay.
But
I
and then because I think the Jaguars are going to be terrible next year, and Cleveland might get first overall pick and get a quarterback that we want.
mm. Mm. Okay.
But
Okay.
I think in hindsight, I think the Cleveland actually did something smart, which is weird
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. And again, that trade between the Browns and the Jags, the Browns were at the second pick in the draft, and they ended up getting the fifth overall pick from the Jags in this year's draft. They got the second round pick from this year's draft from the Jags, the 126th overall pick, which is the fourth round pick from the Jags as well, and then a 2026 first round pick from the Jags. And the Jags got the second overall pick from the Browns, and they got a fourth rounder from the Browns in this year's draft and a sixth rounder in this year's draft. So I'll tell you
Cleveland
what,
did them dirty.
that was a lot of
I
that's a
think.
lot of capital, man. That's
Yeah,
almost like
me too.
quarterback stuff. Like real talk, like a
Yeah,
2026 and a second, and like
yeah,
you're
man.
talking like quarterback capital, especially moving up from there to there. But I understand a lot of people talk about Travis Hunter and what he's going to be able to do at the next level. I don't think he's going to play that corner wide receiver stuff. I don't think he's going to do that. Not at the NFL level. That's really tough to do. I know he's a tremendous athlete, but that's a lot to ask a guy. And like you said, if they were to do that, I think he would burn out. Your
Yeah,
body
your
just
body's
can't do
gonna
that.
break apart.
Yeah. So honestly, I think at the NFL level, he's going to be a corner because he's a solid wide receiver, but he's a better corner. I think they're going to put him out there
Yeah.
at corner. He's going to take care of business over there, and I think he'll be a solid corner in this league. He's got a lot of
That's so
athletic
much to
ability.
give up though for even a corner. You know what
Man,
I mean? Like that's a lot.
it's a
Even
lot.
for a
It
wide
is.
receiver, that's a lot.
It is, but look, if they value him like that and they're looking at their
Hey,
defense, and they're saying, hey, this is the guy that we think can really change things around. If they feel like because to me, you give up that type of capital for a guy that you think is like the next coming of Patrick Ramsey, right?
yeah,
You think he's going to be a shutdown guy. You think that, hey, if I get this guy in the building, yeah, we have some deficiencies defensively, but he's going to be able to shore up that guy. He's going to be able to lock up your number one guy every week. You might beat us. You might beat us.
yeah.
If Lawrence ain't on, you might beat us, but you ain't going to beat us with your number one guy. You're going to beat us with somebody else. You're going to beat
That's a
us with
lot
that.
though.
Yeah.
And next year first and all
Bruh,
that stuff this year too, a
I'm
second and a fourth, and this
talk.
draft is weird,
Talk
like
about it.
within the first round. But
Yeah.
the second and on,
Yeah.
you got some real good blue chippers, man, and
Yeah.
those are some major picks in hindsight.
What are your
Like,
What are your thoughts about? And you're right; those are some big picks. Kelvin Banks Jr. Okay, tackle from Texas. He goes to the Saints. Okay, Shador Sanders, ladies and gentlemen, is still on the board. The Bears are up with the 10th pick, and we'll talk about him in a little bit. I don't want to go too far. What are your thoughts about the Giants grabbing Abdul Carter? I thought the Giants were going to grab Shador Sanders. I thought it. I know maybe Joe was here for all the smoke that was blown around. I thought for sure Shador was going to be a Giant, but they took Carter. What are your thoughts about that pick?
I mean, I think they grabbed a sure thing. Let's just be real about Shador. Like he was 1-8 versus like real teams,
Mm,
and I don't know. He would always be running back. Granted, he's got a high accuracy. He does have that, but
mm-hmm,
I don't know, man. I see him getting like crushed in the NFL
mm-hmm.
because he's going to try and run around like he did in college, and then all of a sudden he's going to run into like to like one of our types of defensive guy, or like defensive tackles can chase him down. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
he's gonna be like, wait, what? And the dudes are like 300 and something pounds. And then you have the linebackers that are just as fast, if not like it's he's gonna get. I don't know. I don't know where he's gonna wind up now.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, yeah. And
I
then
know
like
that.
you said with the Saints, they're grabbing a tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, bud. My bad.
No, yeah. I mean, you're talking that talk. There was a lot of talk about the Saints being interested.
Yeah.
For just rumors swirling around. To me, I don't know what happens. I know that there's been a lot of talk about the Steelers. Okay, the Steelers and Shador. Maybe, I don't know. So we'll see. But it's going to be very interesting to see where he ends up going because, like you said, there's some questions, man. And again, I think Shador Sanders has the ability to really be a solid quarterback at the next level. I know he has some deficiencies in his game, just like everybody else. Like we were just talking about Jackson Dart. I remember Jackson Dart was looked at as a middle to second round, late second round, early third round guy. And he's jumped all the way up into a conversation of being in the, some people talking about taking him top 10. Some people talking about taking him in the teens of the first round. So it's,
to me, yeah, that's madness.
yeah, I just remember, like, I remember before that Senior Bowl, he was really looked at as, kind of a project guy, a guy that you really needed to work with. And his stock has really shot up the board where a lot of people are talking about, hey, you got to take this guy, in the teens. And so we'll see. Again, Shador still on the board. I'm very interested to see where he ends up going. So far in the draft, right? What has been the most shocking pick to you? What is the player that's been taken? Right now we're at pick 10. The Bears have their pick is in right now. But so far, out of these picks that have happened, what has been like a whoa kind of pick for you?
Honestly, probably Travis Hunter.
Wow. Okay.
Just because of how much was given up. You know what I mean? Like if he went, like if Cleveland got him or the Giants got him, it wouldn't shock me. But for what the Jags did, that was pretty shocking to me. And probably the Saints too. I just got a text from my boss. He's not too happy. He's a Saints fan. He's from Louisiana. So like he's not happy right now. Tomorrow's gonna be interesting at work.
Okay.
It would probably be Travis.
You weren't stunned about Genty? To me, Genty.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was shocked.
Like,
actually. Yeah,
whoa.
I completely forgot that happened.
Yeah, Genty to
right.
me.
Yeah.
That pick was like, the Travis Hunter. I get because the Jags moved up. But to me,
that's what
Genty,
took it over.
It was like, whoa. Going
I didn't see
there,
that
I was a little. He's a great player, but I was like, whoa, I didn't expect him to go there. I mean, what are your thoughts on that one?
That did shock me. You're right. That probably does take it. The only one that got ahead just because, like I said, it was just because the draft capital and everything they got in return. But as far as like going in order how that is, Genty takes it.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to last to like Dallas or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's that. Yeah. I was actually, I was shocked about that one. Coming from Pete Carroll, he probably can't get over losing that Super Bowl, and being like, I should have ran it, trying to get like a little version of Lynch, I guess.
Yeah.
But if he did that, he should have got Henderson. Just saying. But yeah.
So now the Jets
go
ahead.
Surprising.
No, it was.
No, I was just saying, that was surprising. You're right. That did get me.
So now we're sitting here, right? We're looking at the situation. You get Armand in the first round, right? Because we're talking first round. But what are you looking? Who is a player that you're looking forward to seeing the Jets take in these next upcoming rounds that they have? With some of the picks, who are you looking for them to grab in that second round, the third round as well? Some of the players you want to see them target.
If somehow that safety from South Carolina, Amikua, I forgot, I butchered his name. I can't remember him or the other kid, the wide receiver from Iowa State, Higgins. I'd like to see them grab him. I don't know how it's gonna play out. I really don't. At least like it's a it's a heavy tight end class,
Mm-hmm.
so we can wait around to like the third round or early fourth
Mm-hmm.
for that. But I mean, I'm still up for if somebody wants to do trades in the second. Still, still up for that because there's a lot of blue chippers in this class, but definitely need a defensive tackle too. Like this is a very odd draft.
Oh, man.
It's going to be interesting, man.
Yeah, the
You know.
Browns. I mean, the Browns took Mason Graham. I think he's
Yeah,
he's a solid player, but there's a lot of people. I know you don't
you do.
like him at all.
Oh, I kid. I
Go
don't.
ahead, talk to
And
us
it's
about him
not
because
just
I know you
and
don't like
it's
him
not
at
just
all, dude. You don't like him at all.
no, I didn't want the Jets to get him either. It's not just because he's from that disgusting place up north.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Ichigan, that
Mm-hmm.
place. But yeah, I just I don't. It, it wasn't him on defense when Michigan. They
Mm-hmm.
they won that fake national championship that they just
Oh yeah.
cheated to get,
Uh
but
huh. Yeah, yeah.
didn't do it the right way, like the Ohio State.
Oh,
Who I think they won this year. I'm not too sure, but
all
we
right.
have to check those books.
All right.
But
We were having such a great conversation before. Man, listen, these Ohio State guys, like they don't stop, man. Every single chance that they get, they're gonna put a Buckeye in your face. All right, point blank. Period. That's how it's gonna roll, I guess. That's what we do here. So, the Bears, really quickly. I don't mean to cut you off, Rusty, but Colston Loveland, okay, from Michigan.
I actually give him credit.
Okay,
Yeah,
tight
he's
end.
actually good.
He's the first tight end off the board. I'm going to say this again. The Bears select Colston Loveland, okay, from Michigan, tight end at number 10. He is the first tight end off the board. Warren is still available, ladies and gentlemen, and the San Francisco 49ers are on the clock, and the pick is in, okay? Wow. That's the talk of the town was Warren constantly before this draft. He's the greatest
I
thing
don't know
ever.
what people saw in him.
There was people talking about he's the greatest thing since Bowers. There were some Jets fans I talked to that were saying he was better than Bowers. I'm not lying.
Yeah, I know they're out of their mind. I know.
I know you heard that too, Rusty. Right? Give me your thoughts, man. I'm just saying.
I mean, I live in the Big Ten, not live there. I'm down in the South and everything like that. But of course, you have to go back to the best team ever. We rep the Big 10
Mhm.
and how Loveland always. I mean, I'll be honest, like he killed us all the
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
To where Tyler Warren, like he did nothing. Like he did nothing for he had a decent year this year, and he wasn't consistent. And so I understand why he already went.
Mhm. Mhm.
And he's not even like a real tight end though. Like he's like more of like a wide receiver, but he'll kill you.
Mhm.
He gashes you because he gets lost up in the mix, and then all of a sudden he's fast. He can break a tackle or seven, and then he's gone. But he's got hands.
Yeah.
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 Got to give it to Loveland, which
Yeah.
I don't like to do, but
Yeah.
got to do it with sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Warren isn't him. Like, no, like Ohio State manhandled him. You know what I mean? Other teams manhandled him, and yeah, and he only had like one decent year. Year before he was nothing, and after that, I mean, there's one tight end that I hope we get, and that's in the later rounds, just because he's dropped because he had an injury last year, and that's Luke Lachey from Iowa. Big, he got hands. He'll level you. He holds on to blocks. So, and I don't know. I think we might actually get two tight ends, maybe. But we definitely need to get a tight end this draft. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But we can grab him in the third, fourth. There's a plentiful tight ends in this class.
What do you think?
We need help.
Yeah, we do. What do you
We
think
do.
is
have
the
holes.
biggest hole after we took Armand Mimbu in the first round at 7. What do you think is the biggest hole in the Jets roster currently?
Honestly, I think it's defensive tackle. Next to quarterback, obviously, but that's next year. I think it's defensive tackle. We need a fatty. We're the worst that it is against the run. People were like, "Oh yeah, you can't. You beat the Jets, you just run it." You know what I mean?
Mm,
So hopefully we get a fatty, and I mean like we need somebody who's like 320 plus. That's good.
mm.
That's yeah, just to plop them right next to Quinnen and or Quincy. God, I always mess them up.
Quentin
Why do they
Williams.
have two brothers on
Quentin,
the team? I mean,
Quentin
at
Williams.
least they're both good, but
Yeah,
like it always
yeah.
throws me off.
Yeah, no, I listen, I hear you. And I know that there's been a lot of Jets fans talking defensive tackle, and yeah, we could get better there. But we've seen this is my personal opinion. We've seen the Jets
Yeah.
be able to shore up, the issues with the run with guys that were role players, right? Guys that came in, Sheldon Rankins, a guy, and the Jets were really stout against the run. He's a guy. For me, I don't know. I feel like the Jets need another wide receiver outside of Garrett Wilson. I think that is
Oh
such
yeah.
a gigantic hole that a lot of Jets fans just don't talk about. Yeah, we got Garrett. He's phenomenal. But once they double team him, where do you go? Don't talk
No,
to me
you're.
about Alan Lazard. He sucks.
Oh
He
God.
sucks.
Yeah,
He reworked
his
that
brick
deal.
hands.
Oh,
My
my
God.
goodness. And not even just brick hands, lazy route running. He don't come back and get the
Yeah.
ball. He's joking around. You can't trust him if Aaron Rodgers isn't playing or on the roster. So it's like we've seen this. And so
Yeah, that's why I was liking Higgins.
yeah. But then after Garrett Wilson, it's like, okay, well, where do you go? Because you can't trust Alan Lazard. Josh Reynolds, he's a journeyman guy. Like Xavier Gibson, no. Malachi Corley, we don't even know what Malachi Corley is at this point. Like he didn't get no burn last year outside of, him dropping the ball before he gets into the end zone. So it's like there's big questions at wide receiver outside of Garrett Wilson. We know that he's the closest to the sure thing. He's a great wide receiver, but you put the clamps on him and there's big question marks. And that to me is a big issue because if we're talking about bringing in a young quarterback, we got to give him weapons. We've seen in the past,
No, that's facts.
when they don't have enough weapons, they struggle. You know what I'm saying? We saw that with Sam Darnold. So
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that other wide receiver, I think, is the biggest hole. I know people talk about defensive tackle, but I feel like you can get guys in free agency to really shore up, especially when you got Quentin Williams there. You can get a guy in free agency to shore that up, and you can be stout against the run. You don't have to go, defensive tackle. Maybe it's a late in the draft if you like to. But to me, man,
Sure.
I want to add some more gas to this offense. I want to see another wide receiver taking a Higgins, like you talked about as well as a guy I wouldn't mind seeing the Jets target. What are your thoughts on that, man?
No, I'm with you on that. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
I wish we had 2 second-round picks. That way we can
Whew.
get a defensive tackle and a wide receiver. But
Man.
like Higgins, that's my favorite wide receiver in this draft, next
Mhm.
to Tetiara, whoever Carolina picked. Between
McMillan,
those
yeah,
two guys.
from Arizona.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, but Higgins, he's not the fastest, but he's got sick hands. He's a big dude, and he can make you pay for it all day too. And if you're gonna double up on Garrett, go ahead, leave that guy one-on-one, see what happens. Just throw it high to him. He's gonna come down with it like 95% of the time. So yeah. And he's actually got that sneaky speed too. Like he doesn't show it on the 40-yard dash, but you put him in a game day situation where he's got the adrenaline flowing through his veins, and all of a sudden he's faster. So that's the reason why I really don't pay attention to the 40s so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he is, and he's an excellent route runner too.
Yep.
Higgins.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we need help, bud.
Yeah.
As they say, we need Jesus.
Yeah. That's fact. Listen. I hear you. Salutes to GM. I see you in the building. GM in the chat says, I was saying for a while, Loveland is a better tight end than Warren.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And again, a lot of Jets fans salutes and respect to all the Savages in here. They're saying, hey, this was the right pick. Ron P says it's the best pick we could have made. DD says great pick. Ron P again says great pick. V Dash says keep Fields upright and give him the best opportunity to win. Mike Duke saying, okay, that's what's up. You called it. He's speaking to me. I said, hey, I want to see Armand Membu be a Jet, and it actually happened. I'm hyped about it. So, I'm excited. And we're talking again. The San Francisco 49ers just snatched up Michael Williams from Georgia, edge. So they
Yeah,
add.
you can tell Salah's back with them.
Bro, can you? More pressure. Okay, dial it up. All right, we got Bosa. We got somebody else to throw at you. You know, so they on that defense just gets nastier and nastier. It's gonna be crazy. So my final question for you, Rusty, is there a player? Okay, is there a player that if they're there at the bottom of the first round, you could see or you want to see the New York Jets package something up to trade back into the first round to grab?
Maybe that linebacker. Oh, what's his name? Oh, shoot. I can't believe he's slipping my mind.
From Alabama?
I think he's. Yeah.
You're talking about Campbell.
Wh-
Jahad Campbell, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Jahad
him.
Campbell.
That's who I could see the Jets trying to get, if anybody. It's such a weird year. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a weird year this year for the first rounds. I think second rounds you're going to be seeing like trades all over the place and things like that. But as far as I think that would probably be who I think the Jets would, if there was going to be one guy, I think that.
Okay.
But I don't want to sacrifice other draft picks because, like you said, you know, we need wide receiver. Like I said, we need defensive tackle as well, and we need a tight end. We need, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give up any of next year's draft picks whatsoever because next year's class is going to be insane.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm already hearing a lot about it. I'm a wait because we hear that before, and then some guys end up staying or something changes, you know. But yeah, I've heard people are hyped about next year's class. So there's been a lot of things.
Not just for the quarterbacks.
Yeah, there's been a lot of things moving and shaking, man. The Jets get Armand Membu. I know you want Higgins in the second. So are you feeling good about Aaron Glenn and Mughley, you know, now? How are you feeling about them before I let you go?
Smart pick.
Okay.
So I'm glad that they, like, you know, it's like you said, it's not the sexy thing, but we can't be getting Lamborghinis and stuff like that. You know, we need our house. You know what I mean? So, like, it's good.
We don't just need a house. We got to find some way to eat. We can't. How are we gonna buy a Lamborghini? We can't even get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich put together out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we need a job. You know what I'm saying? Can we get employed first? Ooh, man, you know what I'm saying? Like we're struggling here. We're struggling to eat. All right, we need some stable, you know, food, some substance, okay? That's what we need first.
No more ramen noodles.
Yeah, we ain't even getting ramen noodles. We are struggling, okay? Vienna sausages, we are struggling here, all right? We find our way. So, Rusty, listen, I want to thank you for calling in again. We'll get back to doing the live shows. I know I've been away for a little bit, taking care of business, making good things happen, all right? But thank you for calling in, Rusty. It was a phenomenal call from you, man.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure talking with you, Joe. Salute to you and salute to the fellow Savages. Let's go, Jets. We actually made a smart pick. Let's get it.
Salutes, Rusty. Have a good one. Listen, man, we making things happen. The Jets are looking good, all right? Tyler Booker, the Cowboys have selected Tyler Booker, guard from Alabama, so they continue to beef up that offensive line. Again, the lines are open. We're taking calls. We're going to go through the first round here. Numbers on the screen. Yes, the numbers on the screen you can call in. It's also in the chat as well. Okay, so dial on in, make that call, and we'll talk that talk. All right, no cursing on my show. Don't call into my show cursing. All right, I'll get you out of here. All right. Oh man. I'll tell you what. Things are moving and shaking. I'm feeling good about this pick, man. I like it. It's the guy I wanted. It's the guy we got. All right. GM says, I love the pick. Yeah. Ron says, let's see what AG and Moogie do from here. Travis Hunter is a beast. He also talks about May 14th. That schedule drops. That's a fact. All right. I'll tell you what, man. I'm looking around. I'm wondering, where is Sanders going? Miami's on the clock right now. Man, Sanders is sliding down his board, man. I know people talked about him, being outside the top 10. or being, you know, a little bit outside the top 10, but will he slide into the 20s? You know, gotta wonder. Jeez Louise. I mean, the Bears taking Loveland? That's a story as well. Bears took Loveland. Tyler Warren still on the board for the Warren boys. All right. Loveland's a good player. Good tight end. Good tight end. You know what I mean? So, good tight end. We gonna see what's up. We gonna see what's happening. Man, oh man. A lot of things going on in this draft, man. It's so strange. I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not shocked that Arizona took a wide receiver, but I thought that they would field calls. I really thought they would. I thought that they would take calls for sure. GM says, I was saying, GM said Breece will be traded. There's a lot of people talking about trading Breece Hall. And I don't think it's going to happen. I understand why some Jets fans are talking about trading him, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't. I know that he wasn't the greatest, especially like the first half of last season. There was a lot of issues. But when Breece is hot, bro, when Breece is Breece, bro, especially coming out the backfield catching the football, he's our best receiving back easily. But I tell you what, Braylon Allen stepped up, and Braylon Allen is a beast too. You give him the rock, he going to move about 4 or 5 bodies. He going to get contact. He going to run about 2-3 yards after contact damn near every time, and you're going to have to deal with him. I get that, but I don't think that Breece is going to be traded. But I understand why there's a lot of Jets fans screaming that. I don't really want to see that either. I really don't want to see him traded. I think it's a mistake, me personally. I know we're going to talk about this in upcoming shows. I think it's a mistake that Moogie and Aaron Glenn, that they haven't sat down and got deals done with Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner or Jermaine Johnson. I don't think they should wait till after the draft. I think that they should lock those guys in because the price, right? The price for them continues to go up. We saw it with Sauce. There's some corners that have been signed recently that have moved that price up, you know, for that cornerback market. Stingley was one of them, you know, that moved that price up for the cornerback market. And it's like, bro, get the deal done with Sauce. Get the deal done with Sauce. So here we are. We're sitting here waiting. I feel like they just should have got that deal done, especially with Garrett Wilson. You want to lock him in, bro. You want to lock him in. AVT the same way. I feel like they should get these deals done because it could come back to bite them. It could really come back to bite you. Because let me tell you something. Garrett Wilson is a guy I could see going, okay, you've been struggling the entire time we've been here, right? Yeah, my boy Justin Fields is in the building, but he ain't going to be here forever. And now you about to draft another young quarterback, and I'm about to be, you know, strapped with him the same way I was strapped with Zach Wilson. Yeah, bruh, I'm up out of here. And you know his market around the league is vast. His market around the league is vast. There's a lot of people that look at Garrett Wilson and be like, wait a minute. I've heard people say, man, Garrett Wilson could be phenomenal if he wasn't on the Jets. I've heard other teams, fans, say that. Man, Garrett Wilson, I'll be watching him. He phenomenal. If he wasn't on the Jets. So, bruh, they need to make that happen. Salute and respect again to all the savages. Please give the stream a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. All right. You know what I'm saying? We do live shows here in case you don't know or you haven't been around. We do live radio shows here. And we do live draft watches. Okay. Like we're doing right now. We also watch live games when the games are on. Okay. When my schedule allows, because your boy be moving and shaking. Okay. Your boy be moving and shaking. Salute and respect to all the savages in the chat. I see you in the building. GM says the Bears need O-line help badly. Yeah. I'll tell you what. GM also says Allen was playing with a bad back the second half of the season. Yeah. Yeah. Michael salutes. Good to see you in the building. Michael says USC sucks. Whoa. 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 What was that about? Where'd that come from? Why? Why was that said? Why did you come in here and lie? USC doesn't suck. They've never sucked. Okay? You know what I'm saying? They're nightmares. That's why we do what we do, you know? But I understand, Michael. You know? You hate us because you ain't us. All right? I get it. I don't take that personally. You know? Salute and respect. It's good to see you in here. It's always good to see you. All right? But, you know, as a Trojan man, you know, I have no choice but to fight on. Okay? I have no choice but to fight on. The Miami Dolphins have selected Kenneth Grant from Michigan, defensive tackle. All right? So the Dolphins pass on Shedeur Sanders as well. I feel like Shedeur Sanders is going to end up going to the Steelers. That's just how I feel. I feel like that's the spot I think he could land is the Steelers. That's where I think he ends up going. And I honestly, I think that's a good situation for him. If I was Shedeur Sanders, I would not be mad at all going to the Steelers. Not at all. It's a place where you know you're going to be stable, a coaching staff that is really good, they're going to help you and work with you, and a team that has weapons on it. DK Metcalf, George Pickens, baby. Their running back escapes me. I forget the name of the running back, but he's really good too. It just escapes me. I know I'm gonna remember it later, but they got a running back that's phenomenal. That's really good too. It's gonna bother me if I don't see his name, but they got a really good running back there too. So, yeah, man, I wouldn't be mad at all. I wouldn't be mad at all. So, wouldn't bother me whatsoever. Warren, solid back, man, really solid back. Yeah, so the Steelers are a great spot, man, a great spot for him, a really, really good spot, really good spot, really good spot. No issues whatsoever, man. Oh man, no issues whatsoever. If I'm Shedeur Sanders, I'm not mad at all. I'm a Steeler. I'm a Steeler. You know, this is a team that has competed for Super Bowls in recent memory. They're a stable organization. It's not like you're going to the Giants. Giants organization is all over the place. I know we in New York with them. Y'all see what's going on over there. I know y'all see that. Like, they have a lot of question marks. The Colts take Tyler Warren. All right now. For all you Warren boys, get that Colts jersey. He's over there. Tyler Warren from Penn State is now an Indianapolis Colt. All right. Falcons on the clock. Falcons are on the clock. All right. So, yeah. If I'm Shedeur Sanders, I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad whatsoever. You know? You go there, bro, you going to, and you know you're going to get coached. You know you're going to get coached. You know that Tomlin is going, bruh. You know that Tomlin is going to do everything in his power to make sure that you're successful. And they have, they've had successful QBs over there. Roethlisberger, a couple other guys, a bunch of other guys. A stable organization that's going to do everything that they can to put you in the right position to succeed, and you got mad weapons. You got mad weapons. Woo! Let me get back to the savages in the chat. Salutes, Michael. I see you. He says, laugh out loud, Joe. Yeah. It is. Fight on. Michael says, Sanders to the Steelers at 21. Yeah, like I said, I think that's what's probably going to end up happening. Ron P says, seems like the Dolphins crap the bed again. Good. I can't stand that team. I can't stand the Dolphins. I know people hate the Patriots. I don't like them either, but I have a special type of just animosity when it comes to the Dolphins. I don't like anything about the Dolphins. Nothing. They stink. Michael Piper says the Jets O-line is nasty. Yeah. It's going to be crazy. Again, you guys can call in. Numbers on the screen. Lines are open. We're just talking that talk here. Having a good old time. We're going to finish. We're going to watch all the first round tonight. You know what I mean? Talk that talk. Michael says, I want the LSU tight end for the second round pick. Man. There's so many options, so many things moving and shaking. A lot of people want, I was just talking with Rusty. He was talking about Higgins. That was one of the guys that, has been talked about as a target for the New York Jets in the second round. So, yeah, man, there's some players. There's some players out there. But yeah, I think Mason Taylor from LSU, he could be the guy. I don't know if they'll go there in the second round. I feel like wide receiver is necessary. Okay, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see a wide receiver in that second round. Okay, I need to see a wide receiver. But I know there's a lot of people that want to address that tight end position. Again, I feel like Jeremy Ruckert. Is going to be able to step up and handle business. All right. Falcons on the clock. What's going on? They're up there. Ron P says, I'm glad the Dolphins didn't get Warren. Yeah. The Dolphins cook us every year. Mike McDaniels comes in and just whiffs up something and makes it happen. You know? It was really rough last season. That was terrible. They marched down the field with like 53 seconds, something like that, 53? I think it was like 52 or 53 seconds, something like that, on the clock and scored, took the game into overtime and then won. You want to talk about bad. Now, that was bad. That was real bad. Baby, that was so bad. That was so bad. That was so bad, man. That was really, really, really bad. That was really bad. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. 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 Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Jets were horrible last season. It's laughable. Completely laughable. Man. But we got Aaron Glenn in the building, and I'm hoping that, he's the right man to change all these issues. We know he's coming in with a very disciplinarian type of style. So we will see what happens, man. We will see what happens. Michael says Arroyo is good too. A wide receiver Golden in round 2. Yeah, there's definitely some guys, man. From Golden to Trey Harris as well. There's a guy that's talked about too. So we'll see. We will see. I'll tell you what, that boy Higgins though, that's a big body wide receiver now. That's a big body wide receiver. All right. That's a big target. And you need that. I think he's like 6'2", 6'3", maybe 6'4", or something like that. You need that. Okay. Go ahead and throw that up in the red zone. Let him go get it. Make it happen. All right. So I want to see. Can we grab him in a second? All right. I think the Jets got, pick 42? Yeah, 42 in the second round. We do have an extra 5th round pick from the Rams. And we got a 6th round pick, extra 6th round pick from the Chiefs. So we in good business, man. We really are in position to make something happen. We got to pick some impact players at impact positions. For real. We got to make it happen. We got to make it happen. What do y'all think is the most important, or what do you think is the biggest hole in the Jets roster right now? What do you think is maybe the top 3 positions that they must address with the rest of their picks in the draft? All right. Give me y'all thoughts on that. Michael says we need a wide receiver, defensive tackle, and a safety in this draft. Okay. Wide receiver, I definitely agree on. Defensive tackle, I agree on. Safety, I can see that too. I'm looking at the situation. I'm wondering if the Jets don't need another corner because I'm sorry, but I am not sold on the corner, Brandon Stevens. I am not sold on him. And I don't know. Man. I'm not sold on him, bruh. He was getting cooked in Baltimore. He was getting cooked. I don't know. I'm not sold on him, but I wouldn't be against the Jets taking a corner. I wouldn't be against the Jets taking a corner. They do have Crisco. Crisco. I meant Andre Cisco. I called him Crisco. Andre Cisco back there at safety. Excuse me. But yeah, I can see the Jets taking a young safety, bringing him in the building. Right. And there's a lot of things that the Jets could utilize and need. I wonder if the Jets end up taking maybe later on in the draft, taking another young edge player to kind of mold again. You know, Jermaine Johnson's coming back. I'm so excited to see him come back. But, man, that time coming back from that injury, it takes time, man. It takes a lot of time. So, we'll see. But I wouldn't be against him taking another edge. I wouldn't. Michael says Stevens is a number 2 backup DB. Yeah, he is. He is a backup DB. But you watch him in Baltimore, bro. He gets cooked in coverage. He loses track of the ball really easily when it's thrown up, you know? So it's like, I don't know. And especially with our premier right corner being Sauce, people are not going to go at Sauce if they can just go over to the other side, right? Well, last season, we had DJ Reed. So it's like, okay, well, pick your poison. You want to go away from Sauce, you test DJ Reed. I'm confident that DJ Reed is going to step up to the table. But I don't know, bruh. With Stevens on that other side, I could see us getting cooked. Getting cooked. Okay? Getting cooked. So, I'm hoping that what's happening is that Aaron Glenn is looking around saying, okay, we're just going to dial up a lot of pressure. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to see a lot of pressure, get dialed up by the Jets defense. Okay. Speaking of pressure, okay, getting dialed up, the Falcons have taken Jalon Walker from Georgia, linebacker. All right. The Arizona Cardinals are on the clock. It is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. All right. I'm feeling it. All right. I'm wondering what's going on here. Who's going to make it happen? Right now, we're on, there's some players still on this board. That's definitely some guys that is moving and shaking here. Shedeur Sanders still there. What's going on? What's going on here? He's the number 2 quarterback. We're at the 16. A lot of people have been talking about Jackson Dart getting selected around 16 and down. I don't know. Will the team take a chance here in this first round? We'll see. I'm not saying that Jackson Dart should be taken that high. I'm telling y'all what I've heard. Okay? I'm telling y'all what I heard. Let me get back to the Savages. Michael says, Johnson coming off of Achilles takes over a year or 2 to come back from. Yep. That's a fact. To really get your feet underneath you and to get you kind of trusting your body again, That's what a lot of players talk about, is getting that fear out of their head of being able to cut and break on that knee. A lot of them, because they get scared. It's like, the last time I cut on it, I tore it up. I don't want to tear it again. So we'll see. We'll see. If anybody's going to be able to come back from that, it's going to be Jermaine Johnson. He's a warrior. He's a warrior. He's a straight warrior, bruh. A straight warrior. You know what I mean? So we're going to see. We will see, man. We will see. But I don't know if you can expect a lot from him coming off that injury this year. So Will McDonald, again, I think Will McDonald's going to step up and deliver. He led the New York Jets in the team in sacks last season. I think he had a 10.5, which is crazy because Bryce Huff, I think, had 10.5 before he ended up, leaving in free agency. And depending on who you believe, a lot of sources saying that Woody Johnson was the reason that, Joe Douglas didn't get him re-signed. Yep, Will McDonald had 10.5. So, and after Will McDonald, Quentin Williams was the next sack guy, and he only had 6. So, Will McDonald been putting it together. I remember people hated that pick. I remember they couldn't stand it. Will McDonald? Oh, he sucks. He sucks. Get him out of here. I remember that. I remember it. So, we'll see. We shall see. I'm hoping that Woody Johnson stays out of the Jets' football operations totally with Aaron Glenn this time around. I hope. I really hope. All you can really do is hope, though, because Woody Johnson and his brother, goodness gracious, they never stop, bro. They never stop. They never stop. They never, ever stop trying to make decisions. All the buffoonery that we have seen with the New York Jets. Oh, I'll never forget Woody's brother standing up on the podium and calling Adam Gase a beautiful offensive mind. Brother, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, the bad picks, all that stuff. The Cardinals have selected Walter Nolan, Ole Miss defensive tackle. I mean, some of the most bonehead stuff I've seen. Woody Johnson. Goodness gracious. We have seen Woody Johnson do some nonsensical things. Him and his brother. Nonsensical. Mind-blowing. Let me get back to the Savages. Ron P says Aaron Rodgers took less time to come back. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers did take less time to come back, but was he 100% though? And he's a quarterback. That's another thing. He's a quarterback. So Aaron Rodgers coming back from, a torn Achilles is different. He's not out there, he doesn't have to run every play to get somewhere. He really can move and shake. And even then we knew, because it was told to us, that he was still dealing with some issues from that injury, But, all he has to do is kind of drop back and throw the ball, But if he was running every week, and every week we saw him need to use his legs to make something happen every play, I think you guys would, I think, we would solve the effects even more from that torn ACL. So, but yeah, but I mean, again, even with Aaron Rodgers, they talked about how sore his knee was and how he was feeling it. And on top of the injuries that we all thought, how his knee got even more jacked up throughout the year from getting hit and spun around and twisted and all kinds of shenanigans, right? So, but, I respect everybody's take. We'll see. Again, Jermaine Johnson, guy's a warrior. He is a warrior, but, still, he's a human body, But I hope he comes back and has a big year for us, because I really want him to stay a Jet for the rest of his career, along with Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, and Breece Hall. Guys that have really made a huge impact on this football team. So, Michael Piper says Sanders goes in round 2. Damn, you got him going in round 2? We'll see. I don't think he gets past the Steelers. Honestly, I don't think he gets past the Steelers. Michael says Woody sucks. Sell the team. Yeah, people have been telling Woody to sell the team since he bought it. They've been trying to get him to sell the team since he bought it. I don't think he's going to sell the team. I don't think he's going to. I remember them trying to get that stadium in Manhattan. That fell apart. Why the Jets don't have a stadium in Queens, I don't know. I'm not from Queens. Maybe some of y'all, because some of y'all are from the New York area. I do not have a clue how the Jets do not have a stadium in Queens. That is literally like the Jets. Everybody from Queens that I know is a Jets fan. All of them. There is nobody that's not a Jets fan that I know that's from Queens. All of them are Jets fans. It's like it's like a thing. You from Queens, you're going to be a Jets fan. That's it. Other places in New York, people, Giants fans, other fans from nope. In Queens, everybody's a Jets fan. Is Queens not big enough to have to hold something like MetLife? I don't know. I'm not from Queens. For those of you that are from New York, let your boy know. All right. But everybody I know, okay, from Queens is a Jets fan. All of them. All of them. It's crazy. It's like the home of the Jets. It's Queens. Man. Rusty says, Joe, I want us to select defensive tackle Desmond Watson from Florida in the 6th or 7th round. Talk about a lane clogger of all fatties. Trust me. Look him up right now, fam. LOL, I hope we land this kid. Yeah, he could be a guy that could, make a difference. Get you some fatties. We need some help. Rusty's making great points. We need some help along that defensive line. Get some fat people. Get them in there. Okay? Bengals, the pick is in. We're going to see who they selected next. Michael Piper says Madden ratings and his kids. I don't know if I don't want to believe that story. I really don't. I don't want to believe that story. I do not want to believe that Woody Johnson let a Madden rating get in the way of an evaluation of players and Jerry Jeudy. I am hoping that that's not really what happened. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that that's not what happened. I'm really hoping. But there's been so many bizarre reports. I remember when reports were swirling. I'm talking flying around. Zach Wilson not wanting to be put back in and be made a starter because he was terrified of what the Jets O-line would do to him. Oh, my goodness. I'm scared. I'm scared. All right? That's what he told Sulla. Sulla, you want to start? No. I don't want to start. I'm scared. This offensive line is going to get me taken out of here, sent to another reality, okay? Sent upstairs. I don't want to do it, according to reports allegedly. All right? Oh, baby. What a time, what a day. All right? Rossini, salute and respect to Rossini and Rosenblatt. They've put out quite some reports, okay? The Bengals have selected Shamar Stewart, Texas A&M, edge. All right? Bengals making it happen. They got more edge pressure. I'll tell you what, this situation with Trey Hendrickson is interesting. All right? Situation with Trey Hendrickson is very interesting, okay? There's been a lot of rumors about him. Okay? I tell you what, though, and I talked about this. I would not mind seeing the New York Jets take a swing at landing Trey Hendrickson. I want to see it happen. I think we would be able to give them the capital. I know that they've denied some trade offers. I don't think there's as many trade offers, especially because he's the guy you have to pay. But I wouldn't mind the Jets trying to take a swing at grabbing him, man. You add some more edge. You could give away. I think you can get him for like a 3rd round pick, maybe a 4th rounder. I know that they're trying to push it high, but I don't think anyone's in the league is willing to meet what the Bengals are asking for. Because if it was, they would have already made it happen. It already made it happen. Ain't nobody trying to give you like a 1st round pick plus. Currently, the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock. You know what I'm saying? Again, Shamar Stewart, Texas A&M edge, selected by the Bengals at number 17. Okay? So, boy, oh boy. Michael says the Mets are the best team in MLB. Oh, well, all right. If that's what you believe, good sir. If that's what you believe. Man, the Jets, we did it right, man. We did it right. Mimbu, damn good pick. Right? Didn't try to outthink. Didn't Mike McCagnon the situation. Oh, I'm going to just outthink everybody. No. No. Don't do that. Whatever you do, don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. Okay? Just make the right selection. Okay? Make the right selection. Make the right selection. Get you a right tackle. Get you a fat person to put on your right side. Okay? And help your running back and your quarterback. Okay? That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. That's all you must do. Okay? That's it. That's all you must do. It ain't rocket science. That's all you got to do. Okay? That's all you got to do. Michael says, no, Hendrickson would be too high. A 3rd round pick plus a contract, he's too old. I know that people look at Trey Hendrickson and say that he's too old. What is he? He's like 30. I keep forgetting. Because I want to give you the approximate age. Okay? I think he's 30. Here's the deal. When you're a pass rusher, okay, pass rushers in this league, even when they get old and they're 30, if they're putting up numbers like he is, okay, because Trey Hendrickson has been doing his thing for years, all right? For those of y'all that don't remember, every time we play the Bengals, he's the guy that's cooking us on the defensive side, okay? So when you look at Trey Hendrickson, right, yes, he's 30, but he's a pass rusher, right? Those guys have impact well into their 30s. Look at Von Miller, right? Why did the Bills give Von Miller a $100 million deal into his 30s? Because the Chiefs exist. Because Patrick Mahomes is running around destroying people. So we have to stop that. If the Jets, if you want to compete, and we were told, we want to go to the playoffs, we want to do this. Listen, Josh Allen is in our division. Okay, we got multiple quarterbacks across, the AFC that are really good, right? Outside of just Patrick Mahomes alone. We have to be able to rush the passer, bruh. We got to be able to do that. Okay? We got to be able to do that. This man's coming off of a 17 sack season. It's like, we got to be able to handle business, man. We got to be able to do that. So, if you can't rush the passer, bro, you're going to have issues. He's had double-digit sacks, 3 or 4 times in his career? 2 17-sack seasons back-to-back, bruh. We got to get somebody else in here. And again, I love Jermaine Johnson, but can you count on him to give you double-digit sacks? Because if you can't, you look at our schedule, bro, we're going to end up getting cooked. And I get it. But a 3rd-round pick for Trey Hendrickson, you give him a good maybe 2-3 year deal. You don't have to go crazy overboard to sign him, right? 2-3 year deal. You got a stud pass rusher. Not only is a good pass rusher, this is a guy that can help in the running game as well. Okay? You put him on that line, his hands in the dirt. He's coming off the line with Quinnen Williams. You bring in Trey Hendrickson. You got Will McDonald. We talking pressure. So, I hear y'all, but I'm telling you, Von Miller was putting up numbers, and he was 30. He was over 30. And they said, hey, we need Von Miller in the building. We cannot keep getting served by Patrick Mahomes. That's what they brought him in for. I'll get right to the Savages in the chat in just a second. Gray Zabel from North Dakota State, guard, is going to the Seattle Seahawks. All right. Tampa Bay Buccaneers up at pick 19. Okay. Tampa Bay Bucks are on the clock. Shedeur Sanders still on the board. All right. So we shall see. Rusty, salutes and respect to Rusty. Rusty says Desmond Watson is 6'6" and weighs 464 pounds. Whoa. Wow. That's a fat man. That's a big fat man, man. All right. He says, LOL, we need that kid, especially. Give me 1 second. We're taking this call. Max, is that you?
Yeah, this is me.
Hold on 1
Can you hear
second.
me?
Yeah, well, I can hear you. Listen, hold on, Max. We got to give Max his respect. Listen, for everybody that doesn't know, Max is a savage. Okay? Max is in the building. Salutes to you, Max. It's always good to speak with you. We're taking these calls. We're talking that talk tonight. Listen, Max, the New York Jets drafted Armand Mimbu at number 7. Me, myself, I'm excited about this pick. How do you feel about it?
I think this is a good pick, and I see all these Jets fans on Instagram complaining about it because, oh my God, we did not take Tyler Warren as our tight end. But when was the last time the Jets had a complete offensive line? I think this is a very good pick. I graded an A. Hopefully, Matthew Golden is falling off the board into the 2nd round. I really like Golden. He's my number 1 wide receiver prospect. I actually had him above Ted McMillan, fun fact. I was actually on Matt Leary's podcast show, and the reason why I was turned off at Matt Tatori McMillan, Ted McMillan, because his character concerns, I don't know if he fit Aaron Glenn's culture, but I think the Panthers got a good wide receiver in Pet. So, but I am very happy that the Membu pick. I just hope the Jets get if Matthew Golden falls. I hope the Jets get him in the 2nd round because if we pass on Golden, the Jets are making a big mistake because we did not have a speedster or wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and I hear what you're saying, and we're gonna get to that 2nd round in just a second because I'm gonna talk to you about that. But I want to talk to you a little bit about this, man. There was some other players that some Jets fans preferred. Now, were you a Mimbu guy from the jump, or are you saying, okay, I like this pick? Was there another guy that you would have preferred the Jets to take over him?
So Matthew Golden was really one of my top prospects, but he was one of my top, and I thought he was gonna be first wide receiver off the board. But you know what? But I am happy about the Membu pick in my opinion, because I don't want to criticize the Jets. Oh my God, this is an F, like I did with Yeah, look, if there was a player, like, for example, in 2023, Will McDonald, no one expected Will McDonald off the board at 15. And I was pissed. I was like, oh, my God, F right away. And then 2 years later, like, he's a good edge rusher. He has 8 sacks, so I was wrong about him. So you need to see these players, like, in action, really to judge the picks. People want, like, Armand Membu to fail because, oh, my God, we didn't take Tyler Warren in the draft. But so I want to see how Membu, like, does against these, like, rusher, how he does on the Jets.
Doing that kind of job. Jackson, putting on a duvet cover, taking off
Hello?
the duvet cover.
Yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yeah. I can. You broke up for a second. So yeah.
Okay.
So when you look, like you said, you know, Armand Membu's looking good. So what are you looking at? What is the pick you want to see in the second round? That's my final question for you.
So if Matthew Golden falls, which I don't know if it's going to happen because there are some teams who would get Golden. If he falls, Matthew Golden has to be the pick in the second round. If the Jets do not get Matthew, if he's still on the board, Matthew Golden, and we do not take him, the Jets are making a big mistake.
Okay.
We need a speedy wide receiver. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If he's on the board and we pass him, I'm not forgiving Aaron Glenn because seriously, he is a very talented wide receiver, and you'd rather just have Garrett Wilson as your number one. We don't have a number 2 wide receiver that can take pressure off Garrett Wilson. So that's just my thoughts on it.
Okay, perfect. So before I let you go, man, what do you think has been the most shocking move of the draft so far? What is a pick that just stunned you?
The Seahawks one.
Really?
Because I had never heard the guy before, the offensive lineman pick. I thought like that move really shocked me because he was a guard, and I'm like, I've never heard his name. Granted, Garrett Gray Zamball. I never heard the guy before, and the Seahawks took him, and I haven't even heard about the guy. He's like a tackle, but I don't even know. I don't really have followed like draft coverage as much this year, so as compared to previous years, I don't know March Madness, MLB with Mets and Yanks, but I haven't heard about Zamball at all in this draft. He was even projected in the first round, and when I'm reading these mock drafts, so I'm shocked about that.
Okay. Listen,
and
Max.
Samar Stewart also surprised me because he had 4.5 sacks in college. I heard there was like rumors the Jets were trying to do. It was like the flavor of the week. Oh, these defensive players. It was rumored, but it luckily did not happen. Imagine if we got Samar Stewart. I would have been pissed off.
Oh, yeah, especially passing on Membu. I wouldn't have liked that. Listen, Max, this is a phenomenal call from you. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. All right.
Okay.
All right, you have a good one. Listen, we're going to keep moving and shaking. We're going to get to Mike, man. We're going to get to Mike. I believe this is Mike from Toms River, okay? We're going back to Mike from Toms River. He gave us a call. We're going to see if he picks up the line here. But I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of things happening. Mike, are you there? Mike? Mike, are you there? I don't know what, I think we lost Mike there. Mike, give us a call back if you can. Listen, man, lot of things going on right now in this draft. Okay. Like there's been a lot of things. I'll tell you what, the Buccaneers just made it happen. Okay. They got their first round pick in Emeka Egbuka, from Ohio State, wide receiver. Okay. He's in the building. Okay. He's in the building. So I'll tell you what, they go wide receiver. The Bucs made it happen. Okay. The Bucs made it happen. So Mike, you can call back when you can. I know we missed you. Gave you a call back. We'll see what's going on here. But yeah, a lot of things going on in this draft. A lot of stuff. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. The Broncos are now on the clock. We're at the 20th pick. Tampa Bay making it happen. Got somebody to help bolster their wide receiver unit. Man, things are moving and shaking around here. There's been so much going on, man. I just think the Jets made the smart pick. They didn't do anything crazy. They didn't do anything stupid here. Mike, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, he's here. Listen, Mike, before I let you talk, I got to show you some respect. For those of you that do not know, okay, this man, Mike, he is a savage. Okay, a savage. All right, damn. Mike, salutes and respect to you. Look, we're sitting here talking Jets. That's what we're doing, all right? Armand Membu at 7. Some people wanted Tyler Warren. Okay. I liked Armand. He's in the building now. What are your thoughts about the pick?
I was either way. I was happy either way. I'm sorry I haven't called because I was so disgruntled with this year's Jets. Like we were like Super Bowl or bust,
Mm-hmm.
and I got so sick and I had to retire for the year.
It's all good. Listen, Mike, it's okay. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? We going to keep doing these live shows, get them rolled out. I know there's a lot of fans that were disgusted with the way that the season ended, and we're disgusted. Yeah, and we're disgusted with free agency too. I'm going to keep it real with you. There was a lot of Jets fans that were completely just annoyed with everything surrounding the Jets, and we'll talk about Aaron Rodgers and all that stuff that's been going on. But Aaron Glenn and Moogly in the building, and they're doing things their way, and we're sitting here at the draft, and they're making things happen. So Armand Membu being the guy off the board first, for us, getting him at 7, I think really helps the New York Jets offensive line. Man, you look at this situation now. You're going to be able to see Justin Fields operate upright and in the pocket. And I know a lot of people talking about, protecting the quarterback, which is extremely important. But I'm looking at this and I'm saying, is this the final piece that is really going to help the New York Jets finally establish the running game that we have been looking for, honestly, since like Rex left? Well, we just had one of the top running games. Are we going back to that with this pick? Is that going to solidify our offensive line? Does this pick make you feel like that, Mike?
The offensive line is solid. We are loaded on offensive line, but we need a tight end and we need another wide receiver too.
Okay.
Because Lazard ain't going to do it. He might do one or two, but he's going to get hurt again. He has no heart.
Well, he sucks.
I like that kid Golden from Texas.
Yeah. A lot of people talking about him.
I like the kid, tight end from LSU. I like him too. I think he could be good too. Yeah.
There's definitely some players that the New York Jets can grab. I know that tight end, the tight end you were talking about, Mason Taylor, from LSU. Yeah, there's definitely some guys, like you said, Golden. A lot of people talking about him. Max was just talking about him. I was talking about Jaden Higgins from Iowa State. I think it is wide receiver. Yeah, he's really good. I'd like to see the Jets grab him in the second round.
The other guy, I think it was Miami's Arroyo.
Yeah, I think. Are you talking about the tight end? The tight end from Miami. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some guys that's out there. I'm hoping that the Jets, make something happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hoping this second round. But so you're saying wide receiver to you is a priority, defensive tackle for you is a priority. Is safety a priority for you in this draft as well? There's some Jets fans saying, "Hey, we need to grab a safety." Mike, do you agree with them?
Absolutely. Okay. I like the kid. I like the guy we grabbed from Jacksonville. I forget his name. I totally forget his name.
Andre Cisco.
But he's really good though.
Yeah, Andre Cisco.
Good. He's like a strong safety,
Yep.
But we need a backup,
Yeah.
Backup.
Yeah, I think at some point, the Jets will grab somebody, probably in the later rounds. Maybe they grab a safety, take a flyer on a guy, and see what they can make happen. So when you look at this situation now, man, right, the draft is moving and shaking. What were your thoughts about the trade that the Jaguars made, moving up and giving up a lot of capital to grab Travis Hunter, and the Browns made away like a thief in the night, man? What are your thoughts about that?
That was crazy. I thought they were going to trade up to get Gentry. That's what I thought they were going to do.
Okay.
But Hunter, he's good. Hunter's good. He's not going to play cornerback. He's not Dion now. I mean, he might play like safety plays, like at the end of the game. What Keyshawn did. But I don't.
So you see him as a wide receiver?
I think Gentry's going to be badass. I think he's going to be badass.
So you think that just going back to Travis Hunter, you think that Travis Hunter is going to be a wide receiver and he's going to abandon corner in the NFL?
I think so. I don't think.
Wow,
He,
okay.
I don't think he could do both. I don't think.
Yeah,
he could do both.
yeah. So you look at him as more of a wide receiver than a corner. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
some people. There's some people that have talked about, like you said, I've talked about it myself. I don't think he's going to be able to do both of those things. He's going to have to pick one or the other. But I see him more as a corner. I think he'd be better as a corner. But there's a lot of people that have said, there's a lot of people that agree with you though, Mike, that are saying, listen, put him out there a wide receiver and move on with your life. That's some people have said that.
I think when he goes to tackle, he's going to be like, nope, I don't want any part of that.
Okay.
In NFL.
Okay. Yeah. No, I hear you. What are your thoughts? What is the most shocking move to you that's been made in the draft so far? Is there a pick that you've seen that's been like, whoa, why did that guy go there?
I can't believe Warren went like what he went like a number 11, whatever.
Yeah,
I was
14.
The Jets were going to get him.
Tyler Warren went at 14.
Yeah, something like that. But I'm happy with Membu, but I was either one of the two. I would have been happy with either one of them, but I really would have been happy with Warren because he last year I was Bowers boy, but this year I was really a Warren boy. And I really want him.
Y'all love y'all tight ends. Yeah. Bowers boy,
But
this year he's a Warren boy, so it is what. Listen,
so
you're being
good,
honest.
Though. He's so good though.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player. He's a good player.
And he could do the Wildcat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He's a good player, but it just the tackle is such a position of need. I understand everybody, wants to get, that tight end. And I honestly believe that Jeremy Ruckert is that guy. I really think that Jeremy Ruckert could be a really good tight end in this league.
I love him.
But he doesn't get the opportunities.
So I love him even more.
Yeah. He doesn't get the opportunities. So
yeah.
Here we are. We're sitting here now. As you look at the situation, Mike, is there a player that you think could be at the bottom of the first round that could tempt the New York Jets to trade back into the bottom of the first round to grab? Is there a player out there you think that could happen with?
No.
No? Nobody? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. So you don't see the Jets trading back into the first round at all. All right.
No.
All right.
Nope.
So before I let you go, Mike, okay, give me your final prediction, second round pick of the New York Jets. Who do you think it is?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would like the kid Golden from Texas, the wide receiver.
Okay. Golden from Texas. Listen, Mike, I respect it. Look, Mike, it's been amazing speaking with you. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, man. We're going to keep doing these live shows. Call in, vent, say what you got to say. I know it's a frustrating road being a New York Jets fan. Trust me. We in it together. All right? But it's been phenomenal speaking
Joe,
with you.
I hear you. I hear you. I just had like the last couple months I had some family problems, so I couldn't call in.
Oh,
so,
no.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I hope everything works out, and I hope you're great, man.
You too, man.
Absolutely. You have a good one, all right?
You too.
All right, peace. Listen, he's calling in. He's giving us his takes, man. Calling in, giving us his takes. I respect it. All right? Golden, name being brought up. All right? For those of you that do not know, it just happened. The Broncos, Jahade Barron, from Texas, corner. The Broncos took him. Steelers are on the board, and the pick is in. This has got to be Shedeur Sanders. It's got to be Shedeur Sanders. It's got to be. Let me get to this chat, okay? Seeing Ghost salutes and respect to you. He says, hi, LBJ. Which Jet are you going to replace the Rodgers pick with on your call screen? Good to see you out here. Yes. Thank you. All right. I'm going to have to really think about that one. All right. I having a feeling right now it's probably going to be Garrett Wilson. That's what I'm feeling. Because I like Garrett Wilson that much. If Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have, came to the Jets, then I would have taken, I would have put Garrett Wilson up there. So it's more than likely it's going to be Garrett Wilson. Okay. So we're going to see what's going on here. We're going to see what's happening. Did the Steelers Steelers, I believe their pick is in. We're going to see what's going on. Yo, the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers have selected Oregon defensive tackle Derek Harmon at number 21 overall. Whoo! Can you feel the chill? Ooh, that is cold. That is cold, man. Derek Harmon from Oregon, defensive tackle. I have no clue where Shedeur Sanders is going to go at this point. I have no clue. I really have no clue. Wow. Are you guys stunned? Look, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I am stunned that Shedeur Sanders is sliding. Excuse me. This far. I'm stunned. He literally could slide out of the first round easily. Easily, he could slide out the first round. Right? The Chargers don't need him. They got a quarterback. Green Bay doesn't need him. The Vikings, they got a guy already. Yes, Sam Darnold has moved on, but they got a young kid behind him that would have started if he hadn't got hurt. The Texans don't need him. LA, I don't think they'll take him. The Ravens damn sure don't need him. The Lions don't need him. Washington don't need him. The Bills damn sure don't need him. The Chiefs don't need him, and the Eagles damn sure don't need him. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know where he's going to go. He could absolutely end up sliding out of the first round. Wow. A guy that was talked about as a top 10 pick early, he's a top 10 guy, is literally sliding out the first round. This is crazy. I thought for sure he would be a Steeler without a shadow of a doubt. Maybe a team trades back up to 30, 31, 32 and grabs him. I feel like that's a real possibility. Wow. I'm stunned. Whew. Man, that is crazy. But yeah, seeing Ghost, Garrett Wilson is probably going to be the next guy. We'll see. I try to keep it fair. Otherwise, I'd probably put Quinnen Williams up there or Will McDonald. You know, but that's a lot of defense. Okay? You know, gotta be fair, you know, so but it's probably gonna be Garrett Wilson. I like Garrett Wilson a lot. I think he's amazing. I hope that he remains a New York Jet. I really do. I really do. I really hope he remains a New York Jet. But times are tough. Okay? Times are tough around here. And man, I'm hoping he stays. I really do. JC salutes and respect to you. JC says they are building from the inside out. JC goes on to say the next pick should be a defensive lineman. In the words of Bart Scott, we couldn't stop a nosebleed. Yep. He says everyone was able to run on our team. Needs someone that can help us stop the run. Yeah. 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 We need a defensive tackle. I don't know if we'll take him in the second round. I don't know if you take a defensive tackle over a wide receiver. I wouldn't. If they do, I'm not like screaming against it. But yeah, we need some help on the interior defensive line. We got pushed around way too much last year. Like that was another thing that really upset me about last season, and that was something else that upset me about a lot of people just blame or trying to blame Aaron Rodgers for everything that happened last year. And it's like, bruh, did y'all not watch the Jets? Clearly y'all didn't. Because the defense was terrible. The Jets defense was so bad last season, it was insane to me. We were getting ran on consistently. And not just getting like ran on. It was demoralizing. Like you were getting demoralized while you got ran on. Demoralized. I remember we played, what was it, the Bills? Yeah, we played the Bills. They were blowing us off the line by like 5 yards. They were handing the ball off to their running back, and their starter wasn't even playing. And no Jets were around him for like the first 5 yards that he was running. And then he would just run past a bunch of Jets every single down. Every week. He was doing it every week. Just boom. Hand off, and he was just running every play. What is going on here? We were getting ran on by everybody. Hell, even the Titans was running on us crazy at one point in the game. Thank goodness Will Levis is Will Levis, because we would have lost that game had he have not gone full Will Levis. I mean, wow. Wow. Yeah, we need to get that together. But I think a lot of the issues as well, it's not just like personnel. I think a lot of our issues up front defensively were discipline issues and technique issues. That's what I think it was. Because far too often, we were just getting blown off the ball. Like, guys, either they didn't know their assignments or they weren't where they were supposed to be, or I don't know what was going on. But maybe, again, Aaron Glenn, that's something he should absolutely fix this upcoming season. That's what he was brought in here to do. That's why we fired Sulla and got rid of all these guys, you know? So we'll see what's up. But, yeah, getting ran on the way that the Jets got ran on last season, that was embarrassing, dude. That was embarrassing. That was completely embarrassing. Wow. Completely and utterly embarrassing. Embarrassing. JC says Garrett Wilson is not going anywhere. Okay. Listen, I hope so. I truly do. Not only for my sanity, but for the sanity of every Jets fan there is. Okay? For the sanity of the Jets franchise. I hope that Garrett Wilson does not leave the New York Jets. But I'm going to tell you like this, JC. I'm going to keep it 1,000. Okay? I'm going to keep it a buck with you. The way that Garrett Wilson has looked at the end of every season as a New York Jet, from being on the podium 2 years ago when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, right? And him talking about how frustrated he was with the offense, and how even though individually he had a good season, it felt like the worst season he's ever had in his career. And he was tired of losing. He was tired of the lack of adjustments offensively. He was tired of the game plans. He was tired of all of that. And not only did he tell us that, right, on the podium, he also told us that he told the coaching staff that privately, because they allowed him to vent. So he just went off on them. He told him that. He told us. And he stood up there and he looked like somebody sent his dog into another reality. That's how sad he looked. You could tell he's frustrated. Very frustrated being a Jets player. And then this past season, right? A lot of things going on, a lot of turmoil, a lot of rumors swirling about him and Aaron Rodgers not necessarily always seeing eye to eye about things, and him feeling like he wants the ball more. And then what did we start hearing? After a bad season, after a frustrating season, after another losing season, we started hearing rumors that Garrett Wilson may request a trade. You can look this up. There was talks about, hey, there's people in his camp that feel like, he might request a trade. So I'm hoping that Garrett Wilson stays a Jet for the rest of his career. I truly hope he does. I think he's a great weapon for us. I think he's amazing. I think he's a good wide receiver. I think he's one of the top wide receivers in the league. Now, there's some things he's got to clean up, especially when we, you know what I'm saying? We out here in the streets riding for him the way we are. He's got to clean up this fumbling stuff. Okay? There's been some critical times where he's fumbled. He's got to knock that off, right? And sometimes he get a little extra. Okay? Just go forward, get the first down, Garrett. You ain't got to try to go sideways and do all that and you end up losing yard. Okay, we know you're a playmaker, but sometimes you got to make the simple play. But here's the deal. Garrett Wilson is the real deal, and we know that. And so do other teams. The Jets got to make it happen, bro. They got to get him signed. Because if he has a great year this year, and the Jets don't have a great year, I could see him looking around going, if you think I'm going to come back to you with a rookie quarterback, again, because you got to remember, he was one of the guys that publicly was vying for Aaron Rodgers. Him, Sauce, Breece Hall, it was all them. Right? Publicly vying for him. So, and that was with Zach Wilson on the roster. Anybody remember that? Zach Wilson technically was the Jets' starting quarterback at the time. And they were publicly vying for Aaron Rodgers with him on the roster. Okay? The Chargers have selected Omarion Hampton, North Carolina running back. So they add something to that backfield. All right? Here's the deal. Garrett Wilson, okay, we have another bad season. He know that rookie quarterback is coming. Another losing season. We just saw Garrett Wilson, goodness gracious. We just saw Quinnen Williams. When Aaron Rodgers, when everything, all the stuff was broke out with Aaron Rodgers, what is the first thing you heard from Quinnen Williams? Who's a star, a defensive star on our team. What did he say on social media? Well, here comes another rebuilding year for me. I'm not lying to you. Y'all can go look it up. Well, here's another rebuilding year for me. Well, he didn't say this, but another wasted year in my career. It's over. So if you know that Quinnen Williams think like that, what make you think that Garrett Wilson don't think like that? Bro, he done had 1,000 yards every single year of his career so far. And it don't matter who the hell the quarterback is. It don't matter. Zach Wilson, Mike White, Josh Johnson, Aaron Rodgers, it don't matter. It don't matter, dog. He gonna get 1,000 every year. What do you think he'd be able to do if he goes somewhere like to the Chargers with Herbert? Nah? What do you think he'd be able to do with quarterbacks that are better than what we've been giving him? Teams that are better coached. Franchises that have better directions. What do you think? Because if you don't think that he's thinking that, I'm telling you. So, we'll see. We'll see. JC says, the bag of money can change perspectives. Ask Myles Garrett. The rumors are to make sure yesterday's price is not today's price. Here's the thing, though, and I hear what you're saying. Yeah, the bag sometimes can entice players to stay, but that doesn't always work. Especially for players that are in their prime like Garrett Wilson, a guy that wants to win, who's made it very clear that he wants to win, who's a guy that is a piece, a key piece to making a team a winner. He's a key piece, bruh. He could go somewhere and completely light things up. Could you imagine like Garrett Wilson on like the Texans? Could you imagine Garrett Wilson on that team in Washington with Jaden Daniels? Could you imagine Garrett Wilson in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson? Brother, listen, the bag matters. Don't get it confused. I know the bag matters. But I'm telling you, there's players that the bag is not the only thing that matters, especially when they can get money other places as well. You're going to get paid for sure. You're going to get paid. You're going to get paid. And here's how I know, JC. And again, I love having this back and forth. I want to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I read the chat. All the savages in the chat. Let's go back and forth. Let's have a fruitful discussion. You can call in too. The lines is open. The link is there. The number is pinned to the top of the chat. I'm taking all calls. I'm listening to everybody. We working all the way through this first round, okay? All right? Again, the Chargers just took Omarion Hampton, North Carolina running back, okay? They added to that backfield to help Herbert. Here's the deal. This is how I know that the bag isn't like the end-all be-all for a lot of players, because the New York Jets have tried to utilize the bag to lure players to come here, and we've been turned down a million times. Anybody remember? There's been so many players. Anybody remember at one point we offered Kirk Cousins? This is in free agency years ago. We offered Kirk Cousins more money than anyone in the league. This is public knowledge. This is not something I'm making up. Y'all can go look this up. The New York Jets offered Kirk Cousins a contract that would have paid him more money than anyone in the league was willing to offer him. And he still said no. Anthony Barr from the Vikings. Anthony Barr, we gave him more money than the Vikings gave him to re-sign him. Initially, he said yes. He was getting on the plane to come to the Jets, told his agent he felt physically excuse me. It's not funny, but it's funny, okay? Anthony Barr was on his way to sign the contract to become a Jet, and before he could get on the plane, he told his agent no. He told his agent, I feel physically sick going to sign with the Jets. I'm not doing it. And backed out of the deal and went back to the Vikings. We were giving him a ton of bread. A ton. There's various other players that we have literally told, or not told, full-blown contract offers that paid them way more than anyone else in the league was willing to pay them. And they still stuffed us because just money doesn't always just work. Sometimes it does. Sometimes some players will be like, yeah, sure. You know, if you give me that much, that's how we got C.J. Mosley. C.J. Mosley wouldn't have signed here if we didn't pay him like that. I think at one point he was the highest paid linebacker ever in the league. Look how that worked out for us. For years, that contract, and I love C.J. Mosley. He was amazing here for us. I remember at one point, Jets fans were saying, 2 games, 2 years, Joe. He's only played 2 games in 2 years. He's only played 2 games in 2 years, Joe. Yeah, I know. But when he healed up and he got on the field, he was unbelievable, right, for us. Right? But that contract that Mike Maccagnan gave him to try to save his job, that contract was an albatross for the New York Jets for years. They tried reworking and moving things around and adding years and void years and pushing money into 2039. They tried it all. They tried it all with him. They did it all with him because that contract was insane. And that's the only reason why we got him. He wouldn't have signed here if we wouldn't have paid him that. He would have never come here to be a New York Jet. So I understand what you're saying. You know, the bag, yeah, it matters. And that Myles Garrett situation, again, that's a different situation. Myles Garrett, they're cemented there, and he's got a relationship with them. And again, Myles Garrett's in a situation, even though he said all those things, they gave him big money, like huge money. He's getting paid just wild. But at the same time, like, that doesn't mean that Garrett Wilson's going to go the same way. That's not what that means. Especially if he looks at it and really believes that his career is going to be wasted or that he can end up being hurt here too. We saw Zach Wilson, according to rumors, say, hey, I'm not going back in there because that offensive line is going to put me in a different reality. If Garrett Wilson look at this situation and go, man, I could end up getting hurt here and playing for nothing with another bum quarterback that they didn't draft it, get me up out of here. He can leave. And the league will open their arms to him because he's that good. So I hope with everything that's in me that we re-sign Garrett Wilson. And I hope that he remains a New York Jet for the rest of his career. I hope. I want it to happen. I want him to be a Jet forever. I don't ever want to see Garrett Wilson leave this franchise, ever. I want him to always be a New York Jet. But here's the deal. The New York Jets got to make it happen on the other end, too. They got to win. They got to put something together, and they have to put together a competitive situation so that he wants to stay. Because I'm telling you, if Garrett Wilson could have left after that first year, he would have been gone. He would have left. You could see it. If you could have opened the door, and said, Garrett Wilson, you can go ahead and, go into free agency if you want to. Yeah, we'll break the rules for you, bro. Don't even worry about your rookie contract. Just go. Bro, he would have ran. He would have ran so fast, you wouldn't have seen him. He just would have been a flash. Whew, a blur. Whew, what was that? What's cool? Is Garrett still here? I don't know. He would have been gone. But that's just me. All right. I'm listening to everybody's perspective. And again, I really enjoy, talking to the Savages. I really do about this team. I love this team. But man, we're about to, we're going to see what's up. And I think a lot of what's going to happen going forward, if Moogie and Aaron Glenn play hardball, and this is something I fear, I'm just putting this out here. If they try to play hardball with Sauce and Garrett Wilson and play this game of, well, we'll just sign you after the season. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead and do that. And let Sauce come back and have a Sauce season like he's been, like the all-pro Pro Bowler that he's been, and let Garrett Wilson have over 1,000 yards again and be like the sole offensive weapon here, and go into the offseason and think you getting him for cheap? Brother, you ain't got a snowball's chance. And listen, we got to be smart. We got to be smart. Salutes and respect to JC in the chat. I see you. Michael says Hampton to Chargers. Yeah. JC says, you make a lot of valid points about money versus culture and success. Let's hope. Excuse me. You make a lot of valid points. JC says, you make a lot of valid points about money versus culture and success. Let's hope bringing in Fields and a new coaching staff turns it around. Yeah, I hope so. And again, I understand why Aaron Glenn is coming in the way that he is. I understand he's like, I'm laying down the hammer. That's it. I hope y'all hear that. I'm laying down the hammer. That's it. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. This is not allowed here. Bob, he's enough. He's coming in disciplinary. Boom, disciplinary. That's it. You do this, you do that, and you do this. I get it. But I think there's some people, some things that, the pick is in for the Packers at with the 23rd pick. They select Matthew Golden of Texas, wide receiver. That was the one we all, some people were hoping will be there in the second round. He goes to the Packers. So Love gets a new guy out there. Higgins still on the board. Come on now. Come on. Okay? Higgins still on the board. It's okay. All right? Let's let Higgins, everybody, shh. No need to talk about that. Just be quiet. No need to talk about it. Okay? Let's not bring him up. We good. Let's not bring him up. Okay? Let's let that man slide into the second round, and then the Jets just go ahead and grab him. All right? So we're going to see what's up. But Matthew Golden, wide receiver from Texas, is now a Green Bay Packer. That's a great spot for him. That's a great spot for him. A wonderful spot for him. That's a wonderful spot for him. So we're going to see. But again, I'm hoping that Aaron Glenn and Moogie, I'm not necessarily in love with Moogie's first free agency. I'll tell you that. I thought there were some guys out there that they could have grabbed. But it is what it is. I love Justin Fields being here. I love that. Love that. But there were some other signings that was made. Brandon Stevens being one of them that I was like, what are you doing, bruh? Like, Brandon Stevens? Why? Why not bring back DJ Reed? What's going on? What's going on? There's some talk, all right? Rumors swirling. Breaking news. The Giants are trying to trade back up into the first round. Who do y'all think it's for? All right. Actually, excuse me, the Giants are on the clock. The Giants will be on the clock soon. Okay. Giants going to be on the clock soon. I think the pick is in for the Vikings. Yes, it is. Donovan Jackson. Okay. Donovan Jackson from Ohio State. Guard. Vikings get him. The Giants have made a trade with the Texans. All right. Giants have made a trade with the Texans. Very, very interesting. I'm wondering if this is for who I think it's for. I'm wondering if it's for Sanders. Wow. The Giants have traded the 34th pick and a 2025 third-round pick and a future sixth-round pick to the Rams for pick 26. That's what's fielded here. But they're at 24. Oh, okay. So, here we go. I think this is, I don't think he got that right. Excuse me. The Texans trade the 25th pick in the draft for the Giants in exchange for $34, $99, and a third rounder in 2026. Excuse me, y'all. So, that's the report from Mike Garfolio. Now, again, the Texans trade the 25th pick for the Giants, in exchange for the 34th pick, the 99th pick, and a third rounder in 2026. They're on the clock right now. If this isn't for Jackson, or excuse me, if this is not for Sanders, bruh, I have no clue who else it could be for. And honestly, this is not a bad move for the Giants at all. You get Abdul Carter at 3, then you turn around and get the quarterback that you clearly have been enamored with this entire time in the bottom of the first, and it really didn't cost you much, right? Compared to what a lot of people thought it would cost you before the draft. JC says, if Jackson Dart goes before Sanders, I'll be sick. Oh, brother, listen, if that happens right now, wow. He going to for sure slide into the second. He going to slide to the third, maybe. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's Shedeur. They've loved Shedeur from the gate. And, I mean, they rolled the dice because I didn't think he was going to get past New Orleans, to be honest. I really didn't think he was going to get past them. But, man, this is value right here. That's a good move. You know, you give up your third. You give up your second, your third. So give up a second and a third from next year, and boom, you get your quarterback. Bottom of the first. Close to the bottom of the first. You know, that's not a bad move. That's not a bad move for them. So It's good stuff. If this is for who we all hope and think it's for. Some of us don't hope, but who we all think it's for. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. The Giants are moving and grooving. Because if Shedeur doesn't get taken here, I don't know where he's going to get taken, to be honest. Maybe somebody will make a trade with the Rams, try to move back up and grab him. The pick's in. The pick's in, and we're going to see who it is soon. Yeah. I hope it's Shedeur Sanders. I did not think he would slide to 25. I for sure thought he would be off the board. For sure. I for sure thought he would be off the board. I for sure thought he would be off the board. For sure. Man, oh man. Donovan Jackson, though. Going to the Vikings, I think that's a good move. It's a good move for the Vikings. Continue to beef up that offensive line. Golden going to the Green Bay Packers, man. Whoa. I thought he would be a guy that would be there in a second. Starting to scamper down here. Starting to scamper down. Man, oh man. Getting it in. I'm wondering who the Rams take. That's going to be very, very interesting. Very interesting. I'm wondering if there's a player that the Jets would trade back into the first for. Man. I'm wondering. If the Jets really value that wide receiver, if the Jets really value Higgins, which to me at this point, I think he's the best left on the board. If you can get him at 31, why not give up, maybe a fifth rounder, a fourth rounder from next year, or something like that to move up, or give up a fifth rounder from this year, or a fourth rounder from next year, or something like that to move up a couple spots, move up some change. I can see them doing it, especially if they value him. Especially if they value him. Man. Man, oh man. The Falcons have traded, and they moved up to 26. Oh, boy. The Falcons have made a trade, and they've moved back into the first round at 26. I'm wondering who they're looking to select. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Trades is flying right now. Trades is flying right now. Man. Come on. Who did they take? The pick is in. It's got to be Shedeur. I doubt my mind. I think it's Shedeur Sanders. I cannot see Jackson Dart being taken before that. Or maybe they don't go at all. Maybe they don't go quarterback at all. I don't know. JC says, I think the Jets should move up for a wide receiver considering they have to evaluate Fields ASAP. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You look at 32 or 31 right now. If you're the Jets, Higgins is the best guy on the board. That big body, big target. You might want to give us some picks to move. I mean, teams are literally jumping back into the first round. And they're going to jump you and grab a guy, and you need a wide receiver. Like you said, not only to evaluate Fields, but to, give your team, oh, the pick is in. Bruh, it's Jackson Dart. Oh, are you serious? Yo. With the 25th pick in the NFL draft, the New York Giants select Jackson Dart from Ole Miss, quarterback. Good brother. My goodness. Bruh, they really dislike Shedeur. Bruh, what did Shedeur Sanders say in these meetings? Are you serious? Wow. Man. Hey, the Falcons, they're now sitting at 26. The Falcons traded pick 46, picks 242, pick 46, pick 242, and a first rounder in 2026 for 26 and 101. Bruh, people are hot. They got a first rounder. They got a first rounder. Wow. That is insane. Jackson Dart. Bro, Jackson Dart just got selected before Shedeur Sanders. Bro, what happened? What happened, bro? What did you do? What happened? Like, what? Chat, what happened? Savages, what happened? What just happened? Jackson Dart? First off, again, and I've been talking to y'all before this draft. Jackson Dart went from a guy that was supposed to be, all right, a second round pick, early third, right? And I told y'all, people been saying first round, bottom of the first round. Some people been talking teens. Jackson Dart taken at 25 by the New York Giants? And Shedeur is still on the board? He ain't going to Atlanta. They got Penix. So that's over. That's over. Bro, Shedeur might slide. He's going to slide out the first round. Now, if I'm the New York Jets, to be honest with you, bro, in the second round, if he's sitting right there in your face, bro, I don't know how you don't take him. How do you not take Shedeur Sanders? This was a guy that was literally, he's the second best quarterback in this draft. Everybody says, every analyst, every evaluator, everything. Wow. Let me go to the Savages. JC says, if Jackson Dart goes before Sanders, I'll be sick. And then he said, I'm sick. Jackson Dart. Wow. Their GM let his son make the pick. He basically just put in his 2-week notice. It's insane. It's insane. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Oh, the Falcons took Tennessee edge James Pierce Jr. at 26. James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee, edge. I am stunned. Jackson Dart got selected before Shedeur Sanders? Bro, this is crazy. This is so crazy. That is so crazy to me. And Jackson Dart, to me, is not a day one starter. You cannot start him day one. He comes from a gimmicky offense. He runs a lot. And I like Jackson Dart. I think he has some good tools. But, brother, this is crazy. I don't know what was said in those interviews. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think either any of y'all know either. There's something we don't know. There's something you and I do not know. It's something. Because this is crazy. This is insanity. It's insane. purely insane. I cannot believe that Jackson Dart was taken. Not only was Jackson Dart taken at 26, but the Giants traded up to grab him. What in the world? They traded up to grab him. They traded up to grab him. Now that's crazy. They traded up. Wow. And gave up real capital. They gave up real capital to grab him, too. Now that's crazy. That is so crazy. Wow. Now, that's the stun. Gentry was a stunner. Gentry was a stunner. I was a little shocked there because a running back being taken that high, and he's a phenomenal player. But that, I'm stunned. They gave up pick 34, pick 99, and a 2026 third-round pick to get up and jump at the chance to draft Jackson Dart. And he could end up being really good. I don't think, again, a day one starter, no. You got to sit him on the bench. He's got to work on his game. But wow. And I mean wow. Stunned. Woo. JC says this is going to be, first off, salutes and respect to JC. He says this is going to be a draft to remember at QB. I truly believe Sanders is going to turn out to be great. I wasn't thinking this way before, but the Jets might have to take Sanders. I'm telling you, I'm telling you right now, if Shedeur Sanders is there when the Jets are on the clock, I do not know how you don't take him. I don't know how you don't take him if he slides to the second round and you can trade up and give like nothing. You can trade up in the second for nothing. You could give them a fifth round pick and literally get Shedeur Sanders. A guy who literally has been regarded as the number 2 quarterback in the draft unanimously across the board. I know I'm not tripping. I'm sitting back listening to every scout known to man. I'm talking to scouts, everybody. He's the number 2 quarterback on the board, Joe. Joe, he's number 2. Joe, I'm telling you, he's the guy. After Cam Ward, he's the guy. Joe, he's got some things he needs to work on just like everybody else, but he's the second guy. Nobody else is really that close. Bruh, it's something. It's something. This is interesting. If he slides to the second round like I believe he will, because I don't think there's a team that's going to trade up to grab him. I just don't see if he's sitting there. I just don't see how the Jets don't take him. I am stunned. Jackson Dart came off the board before Shedeur Sanders did, and they traded up to grab him. That's a stunner. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. Stunned. Blown away. Blown completely away. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Cannot believe it. Wow. Oh, that was something else. I couldn't have predicted that at all. This is going to be a very interesting draft going forward. Very interesting. Man, what are y'all thoughts? If Shedeur, let's get a poll going because I want to hear from y'all. Man. 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 Man, oh man, that is wild. If Sanders is on the board in the second round, do you think they will draft him? Do you think the Jets will take him? Yes or no? Do you think the Jets will take him? If he's in their face when the Jets are picking, do you think the Jets will draft him? Wow. I'm stunned. I am truly, truly stunned. I can't believe it. Jackson Dart off the board. Jackson Dart is off the board before Shedeur Sanders is. Man, oh man. It's wild. That is completely wild. That's the stunner of the draft right there. Malachi Starks, Georgia, safety, goes to the Ravens at 27. Lions up next at 28. Stunned. I am stunned. Whew. Blown away. Blown completely away. I tell you what, man, there's been a lot of talk though about people not liking Shedeur Sanders, his feeling like he was arrogant, all these things. And I didn't think that was going to play like a, because again, to me, he just seems like a confident guy. A guy that, is just all about, being confident in himself and his ability. But man, I don't know. Man. Jackson Dart. Who's a good player. He's talented. But, wow. Whew. Now, that was a stunner. That I'm absolutely stunned for. Stunned. Stunned. Stone cold stunner. I am stunned. Man. You could not have. If you would have told me that before the draft, I would have told you, I don't know, man. I can't see that happening. And indeed it did. So the Giants come away in the first round. They come away with Abdul Carter, great, and Jackson Dart. That's who they valued. That's who they wanted. They had two shots. They had two chances at Shedeur Sanders and said, nope, both times. Cam Ward going number 1. Easy peasy. Lions, the pick is in. We'll see what's going on there. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We're going to close the poll in a second. Vote up, vote up, vote up. Man, if Shedeur Sanders is there in the second round, do you want to see the Jets take him? Wow. Colston Loveland off the board before Tyler Warren. Whew. We're going to close the poll in 3, 2, 1. We're closing it up. Man. Wow. All right. We'll get to the poll in just a second. Wow. I am stunned. I'm so stunned by that. And I like Jackson Dart, but wow. Sanders unanimously regarded as the number 2 quarterback in the draft. Man, I guess the character concerns were just strong for some teams. JC says the question is, can Aaron Glenn manage the QB room if they take Sanders? Do you know Fields won't be happy? Here's the thing though, and I hear that, and I respect that opinion and that take. But here's my thought process on it. Justin Fields wasn't given a 7-year deal, right? He knows that he's coming in here to compete to be the Jets starter. They already named him the starter, which was crazy to me that he didn't have to compete to be the starter, because everyone has to compete for their jobs here, especially But anyway, so he comes in. He's named a starter. I don't have no problem with that. I like Justin Fields. But he knows, right, just like everybody else knows, that Justin Fields is not the long-term answer for the New York Jets. That he's not supposed to be, right? The thought process is you give Justin Fields a deal, okay? And we'll get this when the Lions pick comes in. We'll review that. You give Justin Fields a deal. He's the bridge quarterback to the young guy that you're going to draft, right? That's why there was so much talk. I remember at one point during the evaluation of the draft, there was people saying that Shedeur Sanders could be going to the New York Jets because he's going to slide. They don't have to trade up and grab him. So when you look at the situation, right, Fields is already in a position where he knows that. And Fields also in a position where he should be ready to compete, period. He's bounced around already. He had his chance with the Bears. Things didn't work out there. Then he went to the Steelers. Now he's here with the New York Jets trying to find his way. So he's competing for a job, period. I'm looking around and I'm saying, hey, if Aaron Glenn can't command a room with Shedeur Sanders, who's a rookie quarterback, then bro, if you can't manage that room, bro, then what are we doing? When can you manage a room? The Lions have selected Tyleik Williams from Ohio State, defensive tackle. They got a fat man. They got a fat man in the building in Detroit. It's like if you're concerned about managing that room, or I don't know if people think his personality is too big or whatever. It's like, no, I think it'll be fine if they take him. Which I don't know, man. At this point, it's like pennies on the dollar. You're scooping him up for pennies on the dollar at this point, right? You're scooping him up for pennies on the dollar. If he's sitting there and you need a young quarterback, somebody to move forward with, I just don't see how you don't take him. Unless his character concerns, which that everything that we've heard about Shedeur, it's not about how, hey, he's not good enough to compete at this level. It's, hey, we didn't like his interviews. That's everything we've heard negatively about Shedeur is we don't like his interviews. So, and especially with the way that Aaron Glenn is laying down the hammer everywhere else, he could just tell Justin Fields, listen, go do your job, bro. Don't worry about that. You shouldn't be worried about competition. You should thrive in competition. Go do your job. So we'll see. We'll see. Wow. I'm just, like I said, I'm stunned. Jackson Dart. Bro, if you would have told me that Jackson Dart would be the second quarterback off the board at pick 25, I'd have been like, what? What? But there's some guys in this draft, right? Will Howard. I like Will Howard a lot. If the Jets can grab him, he's a guy that you can work with and work on, and he could be a starter in a year from now. Real talk. He can't be a starter day one. But if you work with him and you continue to get him, prepare him behind the scenes, work on his mechanics, work on him. Bruh, Will Howard is a guy I could see being able to take the reins over. But that's just me. Let me get to the Savages, man. Wow, I'm stunned. Salutes to everybody. Please give the stream, a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. Wow. If anyone is as stunned as me, again, the lines to call in is still open. The call-in number is pinned to the top of the chat. We run a live radio show, so we'll go to this as well when we take those calls. The lines are open right now. But we are talking draft. Stunned. Shedeur Sanders still on the board, sliding into the second round. Ron P, salutes and respect to you. Ron P says the Jets are not taking Sanders, so get the idea out of your head, Jets fans. He also goes on to say Tyleik Williams was rushed. Well, I mean, who's to say? If he's sitting there in the second round, I don't know, man. I don't know. If he is sitting there at in the second round when the Jets are up for their selection at pick 42. But anywho, wow. All right. Washington, that team in Washington is on the board, okay? They're on the clock. Wow, that's a stunner. That is a stunner, okay? That is a stunner. So, we're going to see what's going on, man. We're going to see what's happening. And the pick is in for Washington. We'll see what's happening. I'll tell you what. I really like the Abdul Carter pick by the Giants, though. I really like that pick. I think he fits their defense really well. Another pick that I like, too, happened a little, was Donovan Jackson, the guard from Ohio State, going to the Vikings. I thought it was a good pick by them, too. Wow. I'm telling you, the draft, listen, these drafts, they get crazy. They get zany. Downright zany. Oh, getting back to the poll that we put a little while ago. The question was, if Sanders is on the board in the second round, do you think they'll draft him? And 100% of the Savages said yes. They believe that if Sanders is on the board when the Jets are up for their pick, the Jets will draft him. We'll see. We shall see. It's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Baby. Wow. It is wild. It is wild. Outside of the Jets picks, Savages in the chat, what do you think is what is your favorite pick of the draft for a team? You like the Saints getting Kelvin Banks Jr.? I know there were some people that didn't necessarily like that, Saints fans. What do you think is the best fit for a team? Best player that was a fit for them? Like I said, Donovan Jackson going to the Vikings, I think, was really good. Washington has made its pick. Josh Connerly Jr. from Oregon, offensive tackle, taken by Washington. All right. Beefing up that line to protect Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is phenomenal, bruh. Wow. That man, that young guy is really, really good. Really good. Putting a lot of things together. Not only can he throw from the pocket really well, dissect the defense, but his running ability, bro, he's a mover. He can really run, bruh. And that ability, that dual threat, the Bills are on the clock. Bro, that dual threat is wild. That dual threat is wild. Man, oh man. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. What a draft. And there's a lot of talent as well that's going to be in that second round. A lot of talent that's going to be in that second round. There's some players that a lot of people are not talking about. Man, oh man. I know we talk a lot about Higgins, but I tell you what, Jalen Noel as well from Iowa State. He's another player you got to keep your eyes on. Trey Harris. There's some guys, man, that's still left there at wide receiver that can really improve the New York Jets. offense in particular. Can really improve their offense. Man. We got 3 picks left in this first round here, y'all. 3 picks left. Whoa. The Bills are on the clock. I'm surprised they haven't traded out of that pick. So many shocking moves. Man, Genty going at 5 was stunning to me. Genty going at 5. Panthers got a good pick in McMillan, man. Colston Loveland being the first tight end off the board. Great player. I just thought that Tyler Warren would definitely be off the board before him. Tyler Warren going to the Colts. It's a good spot for him, too. It's a really good spot for him. Man. Man, oh, man. Whew. Brian Daboll has made it clear that Russell Wilson will be the starting quarterback. So they are not going to start Jackson Dart right away. They're going to have him sitting on that bench and learning. He's going to learn. Sit on that bench and learn. Whoa. It's crazy time. How about them Jets? Says, what's up, Joe? What's going on with you, man? Salutes and respect to you. Good to see you in the building. What are your thoughts? How about them? What are your thoughts about Armand Mimbu at number 7? How are you feeling? Feeling good about that pick? You excited about it? Is there somebody else that you wanted, or are you good with Armand? Let me know. Man, it's just so crazy to me. So crazy. How about them says building the O-line? Yeah. Yeah. Very important. We've been talking about that, man. Got to get that running game going. All right. Jets were 31st last year overall. Couldn't run the ball to save their life. Couldn't run the ball to save their lives. That's unacceptable. Okay? Unacceptable. But guess what? They went and got Mimbu to solve these issues. Solve those issues. Sure did. Bills are on the clock. We're sitting at the bottom of the first round. Bills are on the clock. Yes, sir, Bob. The Bills are on the clock. How about them says giving Fields more protection and time to go through his reads. Yeah, that's important too. Can't have offensive success if your quarterback is constantly on his keister. It's not going to work. I got something in my mind, and I don't want to say it, but I feel like, you know what would make me upset? Is if the Bills draft Higgins. That would upset me greatly. That would upset me. If the Bills or the Chiefs take him, I'm gonna be heated. I'm gonna be heated, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Eagles have made a trade. All right. The Eagles have made a trade. They traded up to the 31st pick, excuse me. Eagles have traded up one spot. They're sitting at 31. You know? It's a lot of trades, man. They getting it in. They are getting it in. They are getting it in. The Bills have selected Maxwell Hairston, Kentucky cornerback. All right. They get a corner that we going to cook. Every week. Every week. They just took a corner that Garrett Wilson about to cook. Every week. That was a waste of a pick. You're about to get cooked. No respect to that young man. Even though he's a Bill, I'll show him some respect. All right. Salute and respect to him. Getting drafted again. Maxwell Hairston, Kentucky cornerback, is now a Buffalo Bill. All right. Again, the Eagles have moved up to the 31st pick in the first round. All right. And the Chiefs have moved down to the 32nd pick in the first round. So they swapped spots. We're going to see what these two teams do. Man, oh man. That Eagles team is phenomenal. Jalen Carter. That defense is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Oh, baby. They cooking. They are cooking. Well, Sirianni has won what? Has he won 2? Has Sirianni won 2 Super Bowls? Let me see here. Oh, he's won 1 Super Bowl, excuse me. That other one was Doug Peterson. I wanted to make sure. He's been to 2, though, I think. He's been to another one before, but he's won 1. Man. Man, oh man. See what's going on with the Eagles here. And the pick is in. We're getting it cracking. Again, please give the stream a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. All right. And we're getting back. Going to be doing live shows. Again, I'll keep posting content. Live shows will be coming. Stay on the lookout for your boy. You know what I'm saying? This is wild. This is completely wild. All right? Completely and utterly wild. What a wild draft. Trades out the wazoo in the first round. Swipping and swapping. Man. Pick is in for the Eagles. We're going to see who they grab soon. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Good to see guys, making their dreams happen as well. I know, us as fans, we kind of sit back and watch these guys do what they do. But it's a wonderful thing to see these young people. You know what I'm saying? They go into the NFL, something that they probably dreamed about since they was little kids, and now they're getting drafted and brought into their teams. That's special. Congratulate every last one of them, man, for making their dreams happen. That's a big deal in life. Make your dreams happen. Okay? Everybody. Savages in the chat, whatever it is you want to do in life, make your dreams happen. Okay? Don't let nobody stop you. Man, oh man. This is a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. Come on, Eagles. Come on now. Make it happen. Let's see that pick. Let's see who you took. Let me see here. So for the trade that the Kansas City Chiefs, gave the 31st pick to the Eagles for pick number 32, the Eagles gave them a 5th round pick, a single 5th round pick. So that's a good move. Excuse me. That's a good move. Good move. Little 5th round pick. Here you go. We're going to grab our guy, It's all good. It is all good. Okay? All good. So, all good. So, man, the Jets got to clean up. Got to clean up tomorrow. I'm hoping they grab a wide receiver. I really am. I'm hoping they're able to grab a wide receiver. Some guys still on the board that could really make an impact for the New York Jets. Will Johnson wouldn't be a bad selection either at corner. Wouldn't be a bad selection at corner. But, man, I would love to see the Jets take Higgins. Would love it. And I hope that one of these people, I hope that the Eagles don't do something and take him. Pick is in. Who's the pick? I hope they hurry up and make this pick. The Jets have some opportunities, man, tomorrow to really get things cracking, to really make something happen. They got to get it in. They have got to get it in. Got to get it in. And there's some talent there, some real talent. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. I know there's a lot of people talking about it, going after Elijah Arroyo from Miami, that tight end. People really like him. A lot of Jets fans talked about him. I think it was Jets fans talking about him tonight on a call-in portion of the show. I'm telling you, Jaden Higgins, got to grab him up if he's there. Got to grab him up. To this point, baby. Shedeur Sanders. This is so crazy. It is nuts. Come on, Eagles. Who are you taking? Who are you picking? What's going on? Make it happen. So, I'm hoping the Jets take a defensive tackle at some point, like later on as well. I'd like to see the Jets, maybe in the 3rd or the 4th round, take a defensive tackle. You know, give Quentin some help there. Some guys still on the board that's pretty good. Darius Alexander. Some guys that you can grab that can really make a difference. The Eagles are selecting Jihad Campbell from Alabama, pick 31. All right. They get some more edge pressure. As if they needed any more. All right. Linebacker, he's going to be able to get around too. If they get a linebacker help, he's going to make some things happen. Wow. I mean, the Eagles' defense is going to get better? Bro, what's going on, bro? What is going on? The defense is going to get better for the Eagles. We need another defensive player. Cool. As long as you don't grab Higgins. You know what I'm saying? Now, Kansas City, don't you do something foolish. Okay? Don't you do something foolish now. You don't need Higgins. Okay? The pick is in for them too. You do not need Higgins. All right? You do not need Higgins. Okay? Just go on about your business. Select a center or something, or maybe a tackle. Okay? Y'all can use some tackle help now. Get a corner. Okay? Get a corner. Will Johnson to this point, I'm shocked he's still available. You know, I'm shocked he's still available. Grab Will Johnson and go on about your business. You don't need a wide receiver, all right? You don't need that. You do not need that. Not at all, good sir. Nope. You don't need it. You don't need it, not one bit. Not one bit there, Kansas City. Okay? Y'all just go on about your business and do your thing. You don't need a wide receiver. Don't do it. Okay? Just let him go. Come on over. Be a Jet. Help us out. And y'all just keep, Keep the guys you got over there. All right? Keep that going. Keep that thing going that you got going. All right? The pick is in. Campbell's landing in a really good spot, man. That Eagles defense is so good. They're going to be able to help. Like he should absolutely be able to progress in that defense. Absolutely. They scheme is wild, too. They scheme is so wild. Scheme is crazy. They get after everybody. Always near the top of the league in sacks. That offense is straight. Saquon Barkley, who was unbelievable this season. Unbelievable. He was phenomenal. Man. Jalen Carter. Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith is really good. Nakobe Dean is good, too. They got Huff. Huff didn't really do too much for them this year. But, you know, he can do some. Next season, he can get to work. He can absolutely get to work for him. There's always next season. Man. This defense is serious, bruh. Defense is serious. Ringo. They got players, bruh. They got real players. No jokes, no laughs, no nothing. They just show up and cook. That's how they winners. That's how they win. They just bludgeon you and leave you there. Physical to the gills. That defense is mad physical. Don't play no games. You're not going to run on them. They got pass rush that can get after you, collapse the pocket. And once that happens, you're cooked. You're cooked. Man. This is crazy. This is so crazy. This draft has been all over the place. Do y'all feel like that? Like, bro, this draft is so all over the place. Like, there's been some picks that have just been like, whoa. And not even like head scratchers like he don't deserve to be there. But, I mean, there's been some of those. But there's been more like, wow, I'm shocked that they took that guy instead of this guy. Man. Jags made the move for Travis Hunter. They wasn't playing. They said, we see what's up, and we going to make something happen. Damn. All right. Man. They did what it took. Come on, Chiefs. Come on. Announce the pick, baby. Let's make it happen. All right. Y'all are doing too much. How about them Jets? Says boo to the Bills. Yeah, boo those guys, man. Boo everybody in this division except for the Jets. Come on, Kansas City. Make something happen. Man, I really like Washington's decision too to grab Josh Connerly Jr. to help protect Jaden Daniels. That's investing in your young quarterback, paying dividends. The pick is in. The pick is in. Kansas City Chiefs take Josh Simmons. Yes! From Ohio State. Offensive tackle. I told y'all they needed offensive tackle help. Higgins is still there. Shedeur Sanders is still there. Various other players still there. Will Johnson still there. All right. So there's a lot of intriguing players that are still going to be around, that are still around, not still going to be, that are still around for the second round of the draft, man. Wow. What a first round, bro. What a first round. I'm going to get on up out of here, y'all, because your boy got to go. Schedule's wild. Okay? Listen, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. All right? So when I post content, you will be in the know. Also hit that thumbs up button. All right? And check in with your boy. We got more content coming, more live stream, live shows coming. We're going to have a blast, man. We're going to have a blast. I'll definitely be doing a live show this upcoming week. Probably Tuesday. All right. We're going to have a lot of fun, man. We're going to have a lot of fun. So please join your boy. Get involved with everything that I'm doing. Yeah, check in and subscribe if I didn't say that already. All right. I got to get on up out of here, folks. Listen, be safe. Be safe, people. All right. A lot of things going on in this world. A lot of crazy things happening. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. All right. Sit down with your friends and your family. Eat some good food. Watch some TV. Make some moments, with the people that you love the most. It's important to me in my life, and I hope it's important to you in yours. Okay? Because you never know, man. You never know. All right? Salutes and respect to everybody. Again, how about them? Always good to see you in the building. Ron P. salutes. JC salutes. All right? Michael salutes. Seeing Ghost salutes. Jeremy salutes. Good to see you in here as well. Everybody just join your boy, man. Rusty salutes and respect to you. Everybody that came on by, GM salutes, Ron P salutes, DD salutes, V Dash salutes. All right. Mike Duke salutes. Okay. Everybody that came on by, man, and just said, what's up with your boy? Chill. Christopher Phillips salutes. And again, congratulations to you. 21 years is special, man. I hope y'all have, another 21, So I'm going to get on up out of here, folks. I'll see y'all. Please, again, keep checking out the content that I'm putting out. And, again, we're going to be continuing the live shows, man, and having a good time.